It's a child free thinker back at you again with another video. And I have some questions. And for those who want to fill me in are raw, blunt, I don't care if you cuss or not. That's the ones I like the most. Get your ass up here because I have some questions, especially for the black community. I'm confused. Okay. And why do why do black women keep breeding black daughters in a demonic world that hates us? Will you please stop? Stop. Okay. And they're like, oh, you're just being self defeated. We got to prove to them that we can do it. Do what? Fuck? Prove to them that you could do what? Fuck up someone else's life? What are you proving? It's like a race to see who can pop out the most people. And I noticed that in the black culture, because I can't say community, everybody is just fucking all over the place, breeding all over the place, and then turning around and talking about how hard this world is, but you would set the next generation up for it. Something sounds stupid as fuck to me. What's going on? PL dash TJ5SD and hearts back to you. I would really appreciate it if you came up here and spoke your truth. No matter how raw, how blunt, how honest, you are not filtered. You are free to get some shit off your chest. Because I'm going to go over some stuff and I want to see if anybody else can relate, especially to black daughters or ethnic daughters. Okay? Whether you're tomboyish, whether you're feminine, whatever you are, whether you're asexual, antinatalist, child free, whatever, regardless. I want to know why do black women keep doing this out of all the women? And you keep laying down with the same dudes to make it even worse. I'm child free, so I'm not doing it. Why do you do this and then turn around and you complain about something you act like you don't have any control over, especially in the United States? You keep laying on your back, throwing up your leg, cocking up your leg, okay? And then you end up hating your daughter. You don't like her, okay? You love your son. You despise your daughter, and the world does too. Her existence is going to be one of complete hell, okay? No matter about her looks, her shape, all that bullshit, her intellect, her credentials will be questioned. Her intellect will be offended, okay? Her education, none of that matters, okay? And she will have to keep pushing and going and striving over and from the time she is born with her own dumb ass family members. Okay. With the first idiot being half of the time the mothers, grandmothers, and great grandmothers. A lot of you all don't know. See, Drewski just put up something very important, and I'm glad that he did. I've been doing this. I found it very hilarious. I've been saying this shit about pimping pastors. Okay. Damn, I wish I wouldn't have deleted my previous videos. It's probably where he got it from. Anyway, black women make up these dumbass churches. The preachers pimp, the pimps have you as their bottom barrel bitch. Ooh, that's my bitch. That's my hoe. She the shit. Ooh, don't forget my bottom bitch. That song is by Doja Cat. She don't give me no problems, and she pussy popping. Whoa, whoa. In these churches, like Drewski skit, basically is calling you the bottom bitch. Not us in here. We know better. But black women, why do you do this? Why do you seek, like, it's almost like 50 Shades of Grey. You like to be humiliated. You like this shit so much you would set another generation of girls up for the same thing as if you didn't get it enough. That's why you hate them when they're born. That's why you treat your daughters like shit. That's why you put them out. That's why you put them out. And that's why you love your sons from here to Africa, from the United States to Africa to the Caribbean. You love your sons. Your daughter has to grow up. You have her cleaning up and all this bullshit. You teach her to be a glutton for disrespect, and anyone who refuses to accept that dumb behavior, you despise them. And they become the black sheep like me because I don't play that shit. I rejected the matriarchy. Fuck that shit. I don't care. I don't care who they give it to. Fuck the matriarchy and the patriarchy. Okay? I'm not passing down anybody else's lineage of bullshit. I don't care about my family's name. Fuck it. What the fuck do I have to do with their name? You gotta keep it going. No, the fuck I don't. You gotta keep the dysfunction going. You gotta keep the pain going. Struggle, 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 struggle. And you run your ass back over there to Tyrone. You throw your cock your leg back. You talk all this shit and you run over there and you get knocked up and then you blame him. You know he don't like your ass, but you keep running your goofy ass over there. Then what you do? Then you run to the church with another black preacher who pimp your ass and won't even give you a car ride. He won't even give your kid baby formula, yet you keep popping them out from the same Tyrone that don't like you, that's also your preacher, that's also your leader. And you paid this motherfucker to lie to you and tell you what you want to hear, pimp you more than a pimp his hoe on Figaro, okay? And you keep running back. You are what the pimps would look for if you don't respect yourself. You better watch the movies on pimping, okay? When you study pimping and you study the movies of pimps and their bottom bitches, you have to understand what they look for. They look for someone who doesn't value themselves, someone who doesn't stand up for themselves, someone who is a glutton for disrespect and humiliation and mistreatment. They like that because you'll make them the most money. What is the difference between a pimp in a church and the pimp on the street? The pimp in the church makes you willingly come there. You think you're doing it for God. You're getting pimped for God. See, the woman on the street, she knows what she's getting herself into, but her self respect and her value is very low. And that pimp seeks her based upon the household she comes from. Pimps get way more black girls than anyone because they know where they come from. They know that the mama was brought up the same way. They know about the grandma that favors the son. You understand? The women, the ones like us in here, we know better. Oh man, Brent, come get your ass up here, PL. TJ5SD. You don't have to put your face on here for confidentiality, but your voice is valued here. Your voice is very much appreciated and valued. If you don't feel comfortable, fine. I'll make sure I read your comments with the same enthusiasm as you took the time to write. And I appreciate you taking the time to type. It can get tiring. But if you ever get tired of typing, feel free to click the link and join. I don't mind. But I'm going to read. Remember that some matriarchs are misandristic because they hate the father of their child and they beat and abuse and emasculate their son to get back at the father they chose to lay down with. It happens to sons too, very much so. I agree. But my thing is, why do they dumbass go over there? Let me tell you something. I'm gonna use my mom. I'm gonna throw her dumbass under the bus. I'm gonna throw my mom dumbass under the bus and her dumbass mom under the bus. They're dumb. Okay, these dumb biatches did the same thing. Okay, my mom and her dumb mom both chose dumb dudes. Okay, they didn't want them. They wanted their money. They didn't want to get it on their own. They didn't want to have a dream and chase it. They didn't want to figure out how to get shit in their way. So what they did is they went and laid up under a dude they didn't like, weren't even attracted to, didn't even respect, popped out some kids to latch on and chase a dream of his. He became resentful of her and them. Okay. She didn't even like him. She wanted the money. The kids were liabilities. The kids were collateral. This typically happens in the black culture. This is the normal. It's no love story. It's just fucking. And there's no love story. Okay. And immediately they start training the girls, beating the Bible over their heads to create another generation of stupidity. Anybody who rejects that pimping, preaching, God fearing, fearing your pimp, fearing God, fearing your preacher, your pimp. Damn, I don't know. They are the same. Then that girl becomes the black sheep, the difficult one, the problem. because she will not carry on. She will not continue the buffoonery, the ignorance. She will not hang with the women in the family, gossip about the other women in the family and what they have and what they don't. She sticks with them. She stays with them. She never moves. She stays around them. Okay. She continues to run to the same dudes that do not like or value her, breed with them, knowing damn well, and then take out that frustration on her offspring. She makes the daughter the surrogate mother because she does not even want her own offspring. She wants to club and shake her ass. Drop the kids off on grandma, anybody who have them, who cares? That's why you see all these stories of these kids being left with creepy dudes they just met at a bar, and the dude end up beating them into a wall, and they act like they're surprised. They leave their kids with dudes with ankle monitors, dudes they barely knew for a month. Okay. When they have the daughter, who cares? They don't even care. They're just like, get over there, sweet mop, cook, learn all this shit. You're the secondary mother. Then they go to the club or whatever. And then to play it off, they go to church, pay their little tithes and offering, pinch the daughters to make sure they stay awake, to learn how to be dumb as fuck by listening to the pimp. And when you get grown, you got to pay the pimp. When I die off, it is your duty to take your hard earned money and run it to the pimp. Everything you make, give it to the pimp so he can talk to God for you. Okay? There will be no heaven for you until you get your pimp, I mean your preacher. You have to pay the preacher and then he can talk to God for you. You don't know how to do it, but that pimp, I mean that preacher, he knows how to do it. So go to work, make your dough, and take it. Don't pay your light bill, don't pay your rent, don't pay your mortgage, don't pay your car note, don't put groceries in your refrigerator, and most definitely don't save for your kids' college. Who does that? Who cares about it? You didn't get it, so they can't have it, right? You take all that money and you make sure that pimp has a new Rolls Royce. You make sure he has a new Cadillac, while your stupid ass is walking barefoot like a fucking yabba dabba doo Flintstone. While you're pushing a raggedy ass car with your kids pushing the car while you in it, and they push you all the way to the church. Okay, they push you. You got your kids pushing the car, and you in it because you glorious. You despise the kids because you do hate the father. So you use them as slaves. You don't really give a fuck about them. I believe some of these black kids, I believe the parents, some of the mothers can't stand their ass, and I believe they set them up to be kidnapped, or they don't care if something happens. They get life insurance on them and live good. Kanika Jenkins, okay? They don't like the fathers, but you chose them. You understand? They lay down, they damn near break their hip bones to open their legs wide for these same dudes that don't give a fuck about them. And when they find out they're having daughters, you better look at some of these what do you call it? Gender reveals. When some of these women find out they're having daughters, do you see how they act? I didn't want a daughter. I don't want that bitch. I have seen these videos going around where black women going the hell off, popping the balloon, storming out. And then the dude end up taking her out because you're like, I ain't want that. That ain't my, I told you I ain't want that. You did that anyway. I told you. And you kept that. I'ma have it anyway. And he ended up taking her out. And that offspring he cares nothing about because it looked like him and he know what it looked like him. She sent her dumb ass over there continuing to have something that he doesn't want and you don't either. You're doing it out of spite to be latched to him. He don't want to be latched to you. This is what these women don't understand. And the minute they find out they're having daughters, oh my God, then the grandmas get involved. Look at they fast ass, these fast hot girls. They so fast, they so grown. You better keep your eye on them. The girl is 5 years old. You better watch that one. I don't like the way she sing. Close your legs, girl. Chew with your mouth closed. Close your legs. Why you sitting like that, trying to entice dudes? She's 5. Everything about black girls is meant to be viewed as being hoes. And normally the one who tell them that first is the damn old ass women. That's where their sons learn it from. You think the sons learn? No, they learned it from the women. They despise their fucking daughters. Okay? And they don't like the sons either, but they know how to manipulate the sons. They want the sons to bring the money. They want the daughters when they get old and sick and deadly and sickly. They're never anywhere to be found for their daughters until they're old and gray headed and sickly. Then they call on their daughters. That way they were nowhere to be found. But the son, they manipulate him. They know what he likes. They cook for him. They talk shit to him, but they make him feel guilty. You know, mama love you. I'm the only one who love you. Tell nobody, I know what you need. That girl ain't good for you. I'm the only one you should be around. Bring that money to mama. When you make it big in the NFL, you better make sure you retire mama. You get mama a house. That's why it appears they love their sons. They don't. They love what their sons could do for them. They love what their sons could do for them the same way. See, it's reverse psychology. For their daughters, they can't stand them. Okay? Who are you to look attractive and all that? They more concerned about what dude wants their daughters and the fact they never wanted them. But the son, they can't stand the son either. The difference is they can get into his head more than the daughter. And you see all these dudes lately. I've seen so many crashing out and taking their own mother out because they realized what was going on. They realized they were used. Okay. They realized they end up inept and unable to compete in this world with other dudes because they have been demasculated. When it come down to the girls, they put that girl out. But they keep doing this every generation. They keep reproducing more and more and more, and they end up at square one. Nobody gets higher than the previous generation, and those who do have to walk away for good or be destroyed by your own family line. Either you keep going or you turn around and they will devour your ass because they can't stand you for being different. They can't stand you for making different choices. They can't stand you for not breeding all over the place. They can't stand you for thinking them before you act. They can't stand you because you don't let a preacher, I mean a pimp, run your life. They can't stand that shit. You're supposed to keep it in the family. You're supposed to stick around and let your family disrespect you. You're supposed to sit around and let Mother Dearest run your life. You're supposed to stick around, act like this bitch, then do anything wrong to you, show up old, gray, and decrepit, and think you're going to put your life on the side to take care of this bitch you barely know. You barely know her. All you know is the disrespect that she's done to you, how many disrespectful names she's called you, how many times she disappeared out the blue, nowhere to be found, never supported a damn thing you did. But somehow, when they get old and decrepit, damn near senile, they seem to try to figure out where you are. They want control over your life because they want to stop up your youth because of the bad choices they made. And they're mad that they made the decisions they've made. So they come looking for you, and you don't want nothing to do with them. Their sons aren't going to play it because their sons will be there for all the other stuff, but they're not going to be there wiping up their butt. And so they come now, they want to see the daughter. We're in a different generation and we're not doing it either. Okay. They take life insurance is put on a lot of these black kids. Okay. That's why it's a rise in missing black kids, missing black women, and the life insurance is already in place. So everybody can eat and live off of someone's life and death. I've been seen through this shit. Okay. And I don't know why no one else sees it. Why do they keep doing this? Why do they keep doing this? Why? I wish I had some people who can get up here and talk real and raw about this shit that sees what I see. Because I've been seeing it. Okay? They should have been the main ones not reproducing, but they keep doing it. They know what world this is, but why would you put someone in a world that you didn't even like? Why would you do that? And then and because you know you're wrong, you start pumping them full of the Bible. That bullshit. You pump them full of some shit that has no respect for you or any of the gender of yours. You pump your daughters full of bullshit. You teach them to sit in the back and be docile and subservient like a bitch. You teach them that. Why would you create something to teach? Why would you bring something into existence to teach them that dumb shit? That makes no sense. They don't think. And this is why a lot of us are so much of a threat. Child free, asexual, antinatalist, and I'm all three. We are a threat. In the black culture, that's almost unheard of. We are a very small percentage because people believe in sneaky links, breeding all over the place, popping out things from anybody, popping out kids from anybody they just met at a gas station, calling it a blessing, but despising them, having nothing for them. They are broke as fuck, hood rich. They have the little nice bags, but they don't have anything set up for the future. They don't have any real savings. And if so, they blow it on dumb shit like preachers. They're pimp. They get old, gray headed, and decrepit, and they take off running their decrepit ass to these raggedy ass brothels, I mean churches, with their pimp in it to pay their dues to their pimp. So he won't beat their ass. And he beat their ass in church. These pimps be, I mean, these preachers be slapping the hell out their ass in church. Did you, man, I've been saying this shit. Okay. They call it laying of hands, and really it's putting their hands on them in front of the churches to make it more acceptable. They call it laying of hands. If you bring your dumb ass up there in that church, don't forget that's a pimp. You think he a preacher. That's a pimp. Okay? You bring your goofy ass up there with a $5 bill. He gonna rub his nose. Be like, yeah, what's this? What the fuck is this? I wipe my ass with this, right? Oh, baby, ooh, dirty. Baby, I got your money. Don't you worry. City. And the pimp, the preacher be like, I'ma help you. Better help me solve my problem. I'ma take this money and rob them. Baby, I got that's the choir. That should sing that in church. All the women in the church just up there allowing that pimp to take their money while they not putting their kids through school, not setting up stuff for their own kids, broke, but paying the pimp, I mean the preacher. They should get up in church. All the women up in there should be ashamed of themselves. Okay? You in a community that's falling apart, raggedy as shit. The same generations over and over again. Your kids on the news over and over. Your dudes in the streets with their balls out and their pants down. Your daughters out here knocked up from the same dudes that everybody talk about, including the women. They're making a buffoonery of people on TV. They should get up in these churches and sing in the choir. Hey, dirty, baby, I got your money. Don't you worry. I said, hey, baby, and the preacher should come out. I'ma help you solve your problems. I'ma take your money and rob you. ODB and Khalees got your money. Okay? Or they can get up there in the church and say, throw it up, throw it up. I watch it all belong. Strip clubs and dollar bills, but you have my money. Okay? Or they can get up there and they could play what's his okay. It's a movie. I'ma swear I'm addicted to blue cheese. They could sing that in church too. Okay? Or maybe they can get up there and maybe the preacher can say, just give me my money. Just give me my money. So it's just like when they're younger, they just popping out all these kids from these random dudes that you know don't have it going on, and neither do you. And you know you don't. So you teach your kids about God and religion, okay, so they can abide by that and be scared to go to hell, so that you can keep them distracted from your fuck ups. All right. And that's when you're younger. And then when you get like a certain age group, now you old, you run to that same church you owe and you giving your life savings away, your 401k, if you had that. All of them don't have the 401k. They just keep breeding and calling it a miracle and a blessing. They keep fucking and calling it a blessing. No 401k, no real savings, nothing to pass down to the next generation, making your daughters the second mother to your kids. Their kids themselves, you want them to raise the kids that you laid on your back to get, from a dude you barely know and don't know himself that's been with the whole world. He got kids from everybody in the city, and somehow you thought you were different, and then you have a daughter and you can't stand her ass, so you make her raise your kids. And you get mad when she won't breed like you because you wanted her to suffer. That's why they do it. We got to keep up. We got to keep this culture going. This shit is trash. Okay. And I've been wondering why these women keep doing this. What are you getting out of that? Why would you set these girls up for that? They can't answer it because somebody told them they supposed to do this shit. You don't even invest in them for real. You know how many black people pop out these kids without a plan? They don't even have a roof, a floor, a door, anything set up for real. They just keep popping them out. They don't learn, okay, for the benefits. And now that that stopped, you finna see a lot of child abuse cases. I hate to say it. You're gonna see a lot. You're already seeing it. They're leaving them in hot cars, leaving them in random buildings. They can't drop them off at their grandparents. They don't want them. So they're just popping them out. Now this shit out of luck. Stuck with 8, 9, 10 kids that they were having when this shit was live and well where they can get paid off of how many kids they had and run the church real quick and play the good girl role. When it turns out the whole time they ain't want all them. That was for the money. They were pimping their kids and the preacher pimping them. And the dude's benefits was living off the women that didn't like theyself and taking down the whole house, her and her offspring. Then she got to run back to church like the damn dumbass movie The Potter's House with TD Snakes, okay, and Tyler Perry movies talking about this culture and humiliation ritual as a whole, the whole world laughing, and they keep breeding. They won't do a master reset. They just keep using their genitals, and nobody's thinking with their brain. Just their asses is open, and it's getting on my nerves. It's making it look like every culture has something to offer, right? Why is this culture only teaching people how to f, but not how to plan, how not to be responsible? And the people who are the most responsible are called selfish. We are called selfish because we're responsible. That's responsible to look at a culture, look at a world, know what it is, not want to have people being bred to be tax paying slaves that are not respected by society, and then your gender, your culture, okay? And you spend your whole life paying to live. Every day you breathe, you're paying to breathe. You don't breathe unless you make money to breathe. Because other than that, you're fucking irrelevant in America and all over the world. Now, you are somebody, but that's how the world sees you. You pay to breathe, okay? Without making your money, you'll be breathing, but it won't be easy to breathe. I tell you that, okay? How can these same, I want to understand, because I want to understand the women perspective, why they're doing this. Why is the first thing on your mind on being on your back to begin with, instead of stacking your chips, stacking your bread? And if you're going to be on your back, why the fuck are you getting knocked up? I don't get this shit. What would make you want to breed in these conditions? Why? What's making, and why are you going after these goddamn dudes? What makes them want to breed? Yeah, goddamn. It could be a famine. People rib cages could be showing, and these motherfuckers will run out here and get up under the dude, knowing goddamn well what era we're living in. What would make you want to go and dive up under a dude in these conditions or in this world, period? I don't get it. Why? Okay. Why? Why? I never understood it. I don't even understand why they call that a beautiful thing. Your coochie is cracking open like a fucking walnut. That shit is stretching open. That shit does not look beautiful to me. Who the fuck conditioned these women to be a glutton for pain, humiliation, exploitation, degradation? And in motherfucking embarrassment. Okay, do you think a dude would allow the world to train him to crack his asshole wide open? While everybody in the hospital come in and see his asshole spread from from one side to the room to the other, while he's smiling, talking about it's all worth it in the end. Your asshole open. Do you think a dude would do that? Even LGBT dudes would know they wouldn't do that shit every 9 months to have their ass spread from one side of the hospital to the other, talking about it's a blessing. You don't know the joys. You don't know what you're missing when the whole world cannot stand you or your offspring. Because let me tell you something, I'm just keeping it 100. They look at black women, even all of us, even if we're not breeding, even if we're not the breeders, they look at us like the mothers of these motherfuckers out here terrorizing everything in our culture. I'm not a mother. I don't want to be a motherfucking mother. Ever. I don't know who they gonna pass the matriarch torch down to. They could throw that shit in the trash. It died with them. I don't want this shit. I'm me. I'm me. I'm a human. I don't want them titles. I don't want nobody last name. I don't want to be attached to their lame ass family, and I damn sure I'm not passing. They're not passing that raggedy ass torch of buffoonery down to me because it needs to die out. To be honest, people need to be their own independent thinkers and not think that you're a human based upon being on your back with your legs cocked back. Society immediately brainwashes these women to accept pain and humiliation as a part of your gender in the black culture because what else can they pass down? It ain't money. They don't want to do what it take to pass down the money. They don't want to apply themselves to stick to what they need to do because they're too worried about effing. That's what's wrong with this fucking culture. I'm fucking sick of it. Okay? Well, somebody got to pass some down. Money, bitch, pass down some money. The fuck you passing down another kid for? What they gonna do? What are you passing down for them? This world ain't ran by the dudes you keep laying down with. So what the fuck are you passing down? No, we gotta keep it going. We gotta keep it going. Ugh, even the animal kingdom knows not to keep anything that seems to be a little bit defective. They will sniff it out and say no. They will sniff that out and be like, This culture seems to embrace this shit. So they can talk about their struggle and how they overcame something. And that's why they need to breed again to overcome. And that's the reason why. Because you came. It's so fucking annoying. And these poor little kids, they suffering. Especially the girls. They don't know what the hell going on. The little black girls, they don't even have a full understanding of what's going on, but they know something isn't right. They have no idea what world they're in. And how much their parents love what parents. Ain't no parents. Their parents, singular, loved them so much that they knew what this world was and what they experienced in it. And they love you so much that they went over there and they said, you know what, let me F real quick. We're in famine. It's time to give birth. It's a miracle. You don't know the joys of life. It's a miracle. And since I got it, might as well use it. Eee! You have a brain too. Why not use that? Why not? Why does everybody keep pointing down? Why is everybody scared to point up to their head? You got a brain too. You don't see everybody rushing to use that shit. Well, it's down there. Might as well. Let's crack this thing open real quick. Eee! Poor kids. They come out not knowing what they know something's wrong. Okay. Gen Z, Gen A, I feel so sorry for them. I feel so sorry for them girls. They smart, but they don't know what these women birthed them into. Black women is why are you doing this? Can't nobody tell me what to do with my coochie. Duh, obviously. Why aren't you using the brain that you were created with? Why are you doing this? Cause I can, right? And what are you passing down to these offspring? A house? No. Gotta make a way. God will make a way. Thank you, Drewski, for putting that skit out. Thank you, Drewski. Please put out more of that shit. Thank you. Thank you, Drewski. Thank you. Oh, that shit was funny. And I've been saying this shit way before Drewski did this shit. I need to make skits then. I might blow up off that shit because I got some shit for their ass. Drewski did it nice. I really stun on these raggedy ass churches and the cornballs in there. Your these neighborhoods look like Armageddon and the end of day, the last of days. It looks like Revelations in the Bible they love so much. It's hell and brimfire. They love talking about hell. Hell, hell. Remember? Hell, hell. You say you want to go to heaven, but you stay talking about hell. Huh? Hell. Remember? Hell. Huh? But you keep running to the church is the best looking thing in the area for some strange reason. For some odd reason. Let me tell you something. With all this god dang money that all these black women keep putting in their pimp hand, pimp, pastor, deacon, freaking perverted loan, that church should own a lot of apartment complexes, housing subdivisions, grocery stores and gas stations, and colleges. And then it would make sense where your money's going. Black women popping on these motherfucking kids and just blindly giving money. A blind faith, you know what the Lord say. Faith of a mustard seed. I'm dumb. You know what the Bible say. Be fruitful and multiply. So let me do. Let me use this thing. Girl. Everybody, all them billions of women up in them churches. Ain't no dudes in there. No dudes are in there. All them dudes in there are pimps, certified pimp. Them some certified pimps. Okay? You wonder where all the pimps went? They in the church. They run the church. The black churches. That's where they make the most money. They don't make all that damn money with white in any other church or any other culture. Hell no. They make money in black church. Pimping. Don't throw the book. It's a platform stage. People standing pimping, sharp as razor blades. Look, your kid's school, half of the tuition should be paid for by the church because they so proud of your kids since you being fruitful and multiplying. In return of bringing your black kid, your daughter, because she gonna be the one paying. The son won't. The son gonna be the preacher. He gonna get paid. Your son gonna get paid. Your son gonna be able to rob 10 banks, be in prison 15 years to 20 years, get out, redeem himself, get baptized, and get a goddamn church. Oh, don't forget, get some bodies on him. Take about 5 lives. You gonna put up your house. He gonna get out. He gonna get saved. Okay, he gonna get up there, and he gonna have a church. And your daughter gonna be paying him. Okay, he can do whatever he want. Okay, why doesn't your church and these black cultures? Why they should have stock, man? These apartment complexes in the most ran down areas. The church should be running these apartment complexes, the houses, the condos, the townhomes. Housing association. The church should be up there on the board. Forget fuck Walmart. They should have their own store. Okay? Owned by the church. And all the money donated from all the women up in there. With your dumbass. I'm Pastor? Massa? I mean Pastor? Massa? Is that you? I can't see, Massa. It's dark in here, sir. I mean Massa? I mean Pastor? I can't see you. Is that you? Bitch, where my money at? Why y'all a glutton for disrespect and pain and humiliation? And you sign your daughter up before she can even walk and talk, but she knows something's wrong. You sign her up for it too. You can't even stand her. And your preacher don't run shit. Okay, your ass on a skateboard. You can't even use your car, so you gotta scoot around on a goddamn skateboard like a Flintstone. And your preacher just like, all right, where the money at? Right? You living in a cardboard box, 10 blocks down from the church, and you praying for miracles. How many times this black culture gonna keep praying for miracles and singing all these annoying fucking songs? Yeah, and your miracle is on the way, on the way. Let's see. I'm just I'm confused. 1700s, your miracle. 1800s, your miracle. 1900s, your miracle. Hmm. 2000, your miracle. 2026, your miracle. Like the fuck. Walmart isn't owned by you. Publix isn't owned by you. Target isn't owned by you. Damn. Whole Foods isn't owned by you. Sprouts isn't owned by you. And the reason I have a problem with this is because of all that motherfucking money that you put in your pimp hand. Okay? I got your money, baby. I got it all this time. I got it all this time. Let me count it. Okay, you stand your ass right there too. Don't you go nowhere. Let me count this. Let me see. 1 stack, 2 stack, 3 stack, blackjack, 4 stack, 5 stack, 6 stack, get back, 10 stack, 11 stack, 12. Yeah, it's all here. You my bottom bit. I did good, boss. I mean, I did good. I did good, sir. You did good. You did real good. Now, hopefully, all these other women up in here can learn. Come on up in the front of this church so I can make an example and show them what my bottom barrel bit do. I want to call an announcement to this church with all y'all women up in this motherfucker. You see this one right here? This one consistently give me all her life saving. She took the food out of her kids' mouth so they could starve for my ass. That's real love. She ain't pay her fucking bills because she love me. See, this is what I call a real loyal a saint right here. But y'all coming up with this shit. Your kids got clothes. I don't want your kids with no fucking clothes. And you don't need no clothes. When you open your refrigerator, it need to be empty because you too worried about paying me. The hell with your kids' education. I come first. Your kids don't need to know how to read and write. God is all they need. It ain't funny. God, this shit ain't funny. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got carried away. I'm sorry. Oh God, I'm sorry. Whew. Sarcasm coming out in the form of humor again. Dark humor. Sorry. Anyway, what I meant to say. I got on a tangent again. I gotta stop this. Black women, what's happening here? These churches shouldn't have lasted this long. You do not need to go through a church to speak to God. You do not need to pay your whole retirement to a church that had your ass standing on the corner and some booty shorts to pay your motherfucking light bill. Okay? Why are you doing this? Hmm? You still after paying all that fucking money to them raggedy ass pimps. You had the audacity to then have to figure out how you gonna bury one of your loved ones with a motherfucking fish fry stinking up the fucking kitchen with tilapia and catfish again to bury your loved one when you didn't put all that damn money. You and not only you, all them billions of women up in the church. Where did that money go? Neighborhoods look like Shiite look like Shiite. Okay, everything boarded the fuck up. But the church is still there. Oh, wow. Oh, say, can you see that the community is for while you dig in your purse and you put your money in the pimp's hand. Then you go home real broke and your kids are hungry. And the Lord's gonna make a way to get your ass back to church on Sunday. Oh, tell me why your brain cells don't work anymore. Can somebody please help me? Am I the only one? Am I blind? I don't know. Am I mean? Am I mean? And all this famine, all we worried about is being fruitful and multiplying. What the Out all of this goddamn famine and poverty, the solution is using a cat. What the fuck a minute. Women, we are smarter than this. I know this. We all have brains. We're very intelligent. They fucked up. They knew how to get to the women. They said, this is your prize. Oh, we see that thing down there. That's who you are. You are your cookie. You are your Coachella. Huh? That's who you are. No, the fuck you're not. It's a part of us. It's a part of your body, your mind, your soul, your personality. Your mind can move mountains. And that's why they knew to not praise you on your intellect, but to praise you on your ability to reproduce more bodies unconsciously when you don't know who you are. And they reward you, praise you for things you do while laying down, okay? Than anything you could ever do. And shit, you can do that standing up too. Never mind. And so well, they manipulated so many women with it. And then you turn around and turn to teach your daughters that that's their only value. Hmm? Your brain has the ability to see when something don't look right. Use your mind and say, nah, I'm not doing this. Let me think about this. Let me get myself stable. Not the pimp stable up in them churches. No, stability. Not being fruitful. You could be fruitful and multiply in many ways with your mind. These pimps ain't finna pimp another goddamn dude. They not. It's these great grandmas up in there. Grandmas and the mothers, when they too old to shake that ass, they be up in there teaching. They be focused on the daughters. That's the next generation of money. Okay, okay. That preacher is focused on her, so they gonna cater to her. Let me show you how much I can tell lies to you. Okay, they pandering. Yeah, ladies. These guys. These guys don't love you like I love you. What love you? What the hell? This don't have nothing to do with God. They don't love you how they can't do you like I do you. They can't sex you like I sex you. Wait, sir, preach, is that you? Is this church? Is this church? They can't lay you down. Lay your body down and let me climb up on it. Pastor, is this you, sir? Is this church? Huh? What the hell? It's 5 in the morning. Hey, preacher be forgetting they preachers. Let's talk about sex, baby. Or me going down. Sorry. They need their money. They gonna do whatever they gotta do. If they gotta lie, if they gotta be up in there gossiping, I don't go to church. I don't do that shit. That ain't me. But I be seeing the videos and laughing my ass off. That shit is funnier than any comedy I've ever watched. They be up in there just caking. Okay? Yeah, girl. So these guys out here, they don't love you like I do. And that's why you need to bring all that money to me. Forget your kids. Let them starve. Forget yourself. Fuck that. Forget your bills. The way it be made. And the only way a way gonna be made is through me. Me. Get your ass out there and make my money. Now. No. And don't you make no excuse. In the lobby is an ATM. Behind the church is a bank. There's a gas station over there, ATM on the inside. You better know your pin. Pun your watches, pun your rings. Matter of fact, what's in their purse? Preacher, do you have a ski mask on? Oh my fucking, does the preacher got a ski mask on? King Von, is that you? Also, the music industry plays a big part in sexualizing the black community and you. This is what I'm talking. They need to cut. I don't watch TV, man. I like YouTubers. Not all of them, just the creative ones to tell the truth. I hate TV. I hate TV. I don't care how crazy this sounds. I haven't. I don't even watch. Even when I did look, it just the shit would watch me. I haven't really. I don't own a TV. I will not purchase one, not because I can't. I have a lot of exercise equipment that I purchased. Expensive. Fuck a TV. I haven't watched TV since 2007. I watch documentaries, seminars, ways to make dough, ways to improve myself, ways to get it on my own. So when I get sick of some shit, I could do something else. Be behind the scenes. I read books. So these people have a choice. They want to watch Cardi B make a fool out of them. They want to watch goddamn Nicki Minaj make a fool out of them. That's an excuse. These grown ass people that worship these celebrities that don't give a fuck about them, laughing at their ass. Okay, and they take they take their life savings and pay the pimp. Your kids taking out student loans. The fuck? You can't pay to bury yourself. What the fuck? You see how Eddie Long was buried? Huh? You seen how Eddie Longstrokes was buried? They buried man. They put him. They buried him like a pope. Hmm. He had on red. Okay. They had them lifting him up when he was alive. You remember how they were lifting him up and he was eating grapes like Julius Caesar, and it was all them black dudes. They had him on his back. They had him on their backs and they were carrying him around. And he was just sitting up there with his legs crossed with a crown on. What in the hell? And in the audience, guess who was in the audience? Black women. Gee, oh my God. I remember saying, I don't go to church. I don't go, period. As an adult, I don't do that shit ever. You know, fuck, I'm me. I don't do that shit. But I remember it was some years back. Something came on YouTube, right? It was something on YouTube, and I saw a video, and I laughed my ass off, and I thought it was a parody. I'm like, this is a joke, right? Please tell me something. This is a joke. It wasn't a joke. It was a video, and I saw it, and I'm like, what in the hell? It was Eddie Long, Death Flow Dollar, and it was a bunch of money on the $100 bills on the floor. $100 bills, y'all. They should get up at church and say, Cream, cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bills, y'all. Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. They should get up there and do a whole Wu-Tang Clan finale. They should get up in church and say, cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bills, y'all. Right? Because what I saw in that video was a bunch of women running. I'm talking about them motherfuckers running up there like football players tackling another football player. They were diving up there and they were running up there just, it was like a fucking strip club, but it was a church. And this is real shit. Type up Creflo Dollar and Eddie Long dancing in money in church. I saw that pop up years ago and I thought it was a joke. It was real. And you looked in the audience. The camera's smart. The cameramen are slick. They think they slick. They showed the audience and with nothing but women in their goddamn church, black women and their kids. They had to be forced to sit up there and watch the embarrassment circus show of grown people doing this embarrassing shit. And they mama dragging their grandma and their great grandma dragging them up to learn how to be the bottom barrel bitch. Okay. Wow, Creflo Dollar. I was like, is this dude named really Creflo Dollar? Are you serious? I could hear through shit. Creflo Dollar and Eddie Long was dancing in the money. They were getting to the money, man. Okay. It was money it was so much money all over it was all over the floor, all over the stage. You would have thought they popped their ass first. You would have thought they popped their ass. Like they were in a strip club. The dancers don't even get that. And all they did was stand up there. All the women came dashing out, dashing through the pews, and a one horse open sleigh, opening up their purse, laughing all the way. And Creflo Dollar and Eddie Long was laughing. They were saying, "Whoopee! Ooh, look at all this money! Look at all this goddamn money! Look at all." They didn't say goddamn. They said, "Look at all this money! Look at all this money! Oh my goodness! Look at all this money! Oh money, money, money!" That's what they were saying. So that's why I thought it was a joke. I'm like, look at this. They making fun of this, but it was serious. I laughed my ass off for about an hour straight. I was like, please somebody tell me this is a joke. Turns out it was true. Then he told the people, he told them, look at the ATM in the back. The ATM in the back, get up. Get up. He told the woman to get up. What you sitting there for? What in the he said he had to catch himself. That flow. What in the get get up. He said, get up. Get up. Get up. Point to your neighbor and tell him to get up. And then people were doing it like some dumbasses. I wish somebody, I don't even go to church. I wish somebody, I would have slapped the hell out of them right there. What the hell are you doing? They actually turned and tapped the person and they actually did it. Hey, he said, get up. I would have knocked their ass down. You get up now. And I'm looking at this circus show and I'm like, is everybody brains in there? Is the elevator going up? Is the elevator going up? Cause they said, "Whoopee! Ooh, look at all this money, 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 money! Look at all this money! Look at all this!" And they were dancing in the money. They forgot they were in the church. Now I don't hold the church to a high esteem. I really don't. I don't know why people do that. I know what they do. I expect them to do more dirt than anybody. Anybody I ever got into it with was probably from the church. Anybody I done had to put in any place was from the church. Anybody who been messy, two-faced, lying, deceitful, manipulative, vindictive, malicious, pocket watching, fake and phony have been from the church. And I don't rock with that. Or them. Anybody who didn't keep it realer than anybody, don't even go. They'll let you know what time they on and what you getting yourself into. Okay? Period. They think they could buy their way to heaven or wherever they think they're going. They think that you could pay a middleman, your con man, your dope boy, okay, your plug. You think that he the plug to the afterlife? You think you're gonna go up in there and dump out your life savings and starve your kids and make sure they don't have no college funds? Okay, go through you don't know what a trust. Some of you motherfuckers don't even know what a trust fund is. They don't implement nothing in writing, nothing legally. Everything is with a prayer. Just like a prayer, I'll take it there. Just like a dream, I set you. Everything is with a fucking prayer. They don't do anything proper. Okay. So when Big Mama with the swollen ankles died, everything is a fucking mess. It's money all in the pillowcases. It's money stuffed in the goddamn floor. She didn't bury money under it like it's Big Mama house, it's soul food. She got money hidden in the turkey that's been in the deep freezer since 5 Thanksgivings ago. What the fuck is go? Why is everybody living like we primitive? Why is everybody living like this? Then talking about it's a blessing to keep reproducing, and you can't even get your mind together to understand what generation you living in. You keep living like you in the Flintstone ages. And instead of sitting down and organizing yourself financially, you take your money to a preacher and he can't even hold it in an account for you for later. A bank holds your money in the checking and the saving, IRA, CDs, and all type of shit, right? The banks, and some of them are sketchy. You got all type of banks. You have credit unions. You have Navy Federal Credit Union. You have Wells Fargo, Compass Bank. You have Regions Bank. You have all type of banks, right? You have U.S. Bank banks. These motherfuckers keep doing shit like it's the 1800s, like they on a farm or some shit. It's 2026 and they still putting they life savings in a church that gives nothing back. You don't even have the only people got bulletproof windows is the damn convenience stores, and you keep breeding instead of getting your shit together. What the fuck are you multiplying? What be fruitful? Yeah, it's not fruitful. It's not. You putting them kids in a dangerous situation. You own nothing. And the things you do own it goes to shit because you leave it with somebody who's irresponsible. You leave it to Poop Poop that spent 20 years in prison. He get out writing on the walls and shit, making burritos on the floor. He get out rolling up burritos in the toilet and shit instead of going and cooking in the kitchen. He washing his clothes in the toilet, knowing goddamn well there's a washer in there, and you leave your stuff to him. He ironing clothes on the stove with a pot when it's an iron right there. And you leave everything to him, and you end up in the same situation a generation later. It's all gone. The house is fucked up. The roof is caving in. The walls are torn down. There's shit drawn on the side of the walls. Stores are boarded up. Schools closed down. That shows how much you care about education. Yet you say education is the key, and you got the nerve to say be fruitful and multiply. Multiply what? And with who? And for what? Hello. Hello. And the TV made us do it. Wait a minute. Wait. Let me turn this heat off because I'm already getting a little irritated. The TV made us do it. Oh, no, we're in deeper trouble than I thought. This is what we hear the adults saying, not the kids, the adults, right? The TV made them do it. Now the TV did it. Oh my God. I don't own TV. And I don't care who got something to say about it. I don't care for a flat screen TV. Not because I can't get one. What the fuck am I gonna do with it? What am I gonna do with it? I watch a movie on it. I don't pride myself on how big a TV can be or how many television channels I can purchase to watch and get ignorant. I do value my book supply and I can go to it for reference for anything I need. How many times I could look at a seminar and watch it to different ways and learn something every time? Okay. If I don't know something, I can learn it. They cut TV off, right? Music. Everybody could create their own music. The black community is easy to be and they entertainment dominates this culture. They like being entertained a lot. They don't understand how to differentiate between entertainment and reality. They don't. Entertainment is entertainment. Ha ha he back to reality. They don't understand. That's why you got grown people trying to be celebrities. Grown as people trying to be a rapper at fucking 30. You're not what are you rapping about? Okay? So if adults are easily persuaded and easily misled, grown adults, grown full grown adults too. These somebody parents. What in the hell do you think it does to offspring who sit there and have an easy access to it through the parents that brought them here that are being fruitful and so-called multiplying and they multiplying the same thing? Because the only people who do different are the people who live different and think different, and they are the ones who are going to be outcasted. Because how dare you break this cycle of ignorance? How dare you not blame the somebody else for what you do? How dare you not use the cop out? Why don't you just go breed? You ain't got to think. You don't have to think. You don't have to make different choices. Just go breed real quick. Pass your shit down to your kids. They'll take care of you, and nobody even look at you. They look at you. They'll blame your kids. Just go fuck. Hurry up. That's the solution. Go jump on Tyrone. Tyrone, go jump on Lakuya. Go jump on each other. Breed. That'll solve it. And anything go wrong, hey, point to God. Hey, give them a Bible real quick. Take them to church. Tell them you show them the way how to waste their money on a pimp. I mean a preacher, and deplete their savings. You're not teaching them how to save shit. You can go to God for yourself. Ask these churches where's your savings? Where's your savings account? Where's your savings account? I'm not. They're gonna be like in your bank. No, no, no. Where's my savings account in the church? I don't go there. So I don't care what they got to say. I went toe to toe with people from the church. Trust me, I drug theirs. I don't care what they got to say. What they gonna tell me? I'm going to hell? So what? Whatever. I'm just scared of that. You birth people into hell in the communities that you let fall apart. So you think somebody's scared of something that you birthed them into? I don't give a fuck about that. They think they got people scared, right? When you confront somebody with the truth, the first thing they'll turn to is some victorious shit, some Jolly Bean, some Peter Pan shit. Like when you fire, they think you still have the 5-year-old brain. They can't scare you with 5-year-old tactics anymore. You have an adult brain, so you're gonna talk about adult shit. Okay, so them coming to me with some Peter Pan, oogly boogly, vampire Brooklyn shit don't scare me. All right, this the real world. I've been living in it. So to scare me with some shit like that, I'm a metaphysical person. I know damn well the physical body does not transcend with the spiritual spirit. The body stays here. So how the fuck you gonna scare me with that? Stop. You're not talking to a 5-year-old. And they like a lot of people to have a 5-year-old brain. They like a lot of adults to keep the mind of a child. They beat that into adults to keep a mind of an infant so that you never think independently and constructively, and you continue to be stuck in something called arrested development. You cannot control somebody who thinks. You can control a person who doesn't. You cannot control a person who accepts everything. Okay. Well, you can control a person who accepts everything. You can't control somebody who questions everything. Okay. So all that shit don't scare me. So I went toe to toe with some church people, not because I was doing it on purpose, and they came for me, and I ate their ass up and asked them, okay, all that shit you're saying, I'm going to hell. Okay, whatever. All right. Pastor, no, Pastor. All right, whatever. So now that they say I'm going to hell, that's the solution for everything. All right, whatever. I had to ask them a question. Okay, you say I'm going to hell. All right, great job. Here's a cookie. All right. I have a question for you now. Where is your savings account in the churches you've been going to all them years? You've been there since you were 5, right? When your grandma put money in your hand and bringing your ass up there to the front and telling you to pay your pimp so you can get used to the pimp, they introduce you to your pimp. You gonna grow with that pimp and you gonna get shit in return. Go up there. Okay. And shouldn't you get a first class ticket to heaven? Is that the impression you thought? You're not getting there because of the money you pay your pimp. They had everything to do with you. Hello. Anyway, so they done set them up for failure because they think they're going to heaven. Your son could be out here robbing banks and crooking and snooking, and you tell him to go pay some tithes and offering to your pimp, and that ain't gonna help him. Your daughter could be out here doing the most because you telling her that hey, the ticket out is paying your pimp. But what you getting in return? Why are you having fish fries? Why are you frying fish to bury your loved one? They should be able to go into your savings, your tithes, okay? And they should cut you. They should do something for you. You bring your energy in there. Why are you doing it? And then you bring it right back to the church again. They pimp the hell out your ass. They like the government. They like the religious government. And that's why a lot of the politicians are able to go up in them same churches and advertise for you to vote. Voting and religion should never go hand in hand. I'm not even a religious person. I will never be religious. It's bullshit to me. It's abracadabra. If I want to do some abracadabra, yeah, I can get into it for sure. Oh, I know some things. So I'm not gonna do that up in that. Right? How come your politicians and your presidents, the first place they go is to church and they pitch up in there. They walk right up in there, push the preacher to the side. All the money you done paid to this person to save your soul, she gotta sit the fuck down. When that president come in there and take control of the mic, he's talking to that congregation like, "Hey, y'all don't forget to vote. Come vote for me." What that got to do with God? I thought God was supposed to be your one and only, right? I'm just confused because I'm not religious, so I'm trying to understand the mind of these motherfuckers. I thought you're supposed to be putting your trust in God, right? But you put your trust in a president, obviously, because your preacher is just talking bullshit, getting paid a lot of your motherfucking ass. And you go physically and see him, but then you go and you watch people through a screen called a television. They are not in your living room. You're not seeing them personally every day. You see these people physically and you give them your dough. And then you let TV tell you how to dress and all that other shit. They control you through a screen. Your preacher control you through a mic. And you give your money to all these motherfuckers. The fuck? And you talking about, I'm going to hell? Okay, yeah, all right. And the only thing you could pick out of your little Bible, the only thing that these people could pick out of their Bible is fucking. Wait a minute. Okay, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I've studied Hermetics. I've studied Judaism and Hinduism and Buddhism. I just studied it, you know. I like to be knowledgeable about a lot of different religions, even though I'm not religious, just so that I know what I'm talking about. And one thing I understood though is it's sort of strange. From Genesis to Revelation, you got all these stories and stuff, and the only thing that stands out the most that they keep pitching is to fuck and breed. That's what you learned. That's it. The only thing you learned was devil, hell, fire, effing, breeding. That's it. You didn't learn nothing else. Does that make sense? And the only thing they pitch, think about it, this world, even the government, they only pull certain things that they could benefit from. But you being dumb, people being docile, keeping the kids docile, keeping a pre-adolescent mind to be easier to control and dumb down. They need you to only focus on certain parts that they could benefit from, and it isn't from you being enlightened. Okay, I can get on anybody level when it come down to spirituality and religion. Okay, so their little book that they go by and they love to remind people of Adam and Eve and being through all this bullshit. Didn't it tell them that knocking the door will be open and seeking you'll find the answers? They don't want to ask questions. The first thing they say is don't question God. Dumb fuck. If you don't ask a question, how you gonna know? So, like I said, they keep it. A lot of adults still have the mind of and a 5-year-old asks more questions than adults. They need you to have a pre-adolescent mind. They need you to be dumbed down and docile and passive aggressive and easy to control because you won't think. And if you don't think, whatever you create with your body, because you don't want to create with your mind and bring it out into reality, okay? Whatever, you're going to teach that to them. And they don't understand it. Even the teachings from your parents are sort of irrelevant at some point. When you're an adult, you live your life in the fucking way you want. You know what I'm saying? You could jump on it, but do whatever you want. You grown. Who cares what people think? Fuck that. You grown. You set your rules and regulations. You don't live by the rules and regulations no more. You grown. If they don't like it, cut them off. I don't care. And that's just how I live. I don't have the mind I had at 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. You know what I'm saying? What happened? The lifestyle I was living at 2, 3, 4, and 5 is irrelevant as an adult. What's important at 2, 3, 4, and 5 is probably playing with toys. You know what I'm saying? And what snack you gonna eat. As an adult, it's taking care of your responsibilities. So what applied at 2 and 3 and 4 doesn't apply as a grown adult. And people out here bragging about the teachings they had, and that's cute and everything. But as an adult, you set the bar for how you're gonna live your life. If people don't like it, who cares? These are the people that can't be controlled. And these are the people that get ostracized and things like that because people realize you think for yourself. They know that you have the ability to take your finger, take your remote, and cut the TV off, change the channel, or whatever you want. The power is literally in your hands. Okay. So these people are really good. They don't understand what brainwashing is. They don't understand what hypnotism is. A hypnotism isn't somebody named Houdini, and Houdini was good. Hypnotism can be done in subtle ways when people are open. When people are open and they're not intuitive about what they watch, what they do, they don't care. They place themselves any place. They do anything. They don't think about anything. Okay? You have a pendulum. Anybody knows about that? We know about pendulums, and I'm into spirituality, not religion. I know about a lot of different tools that are used. I know about it. And television is one. That's the easiest thing because your defenses are down, right? Anybody knows about tools, whether it be tools of tarot, Ouija, or all this type of stuff that people can use, right? Pendulums and things like that. Those are tools. Things could be done without tools. And I definitely understand about this, right? A television is a tool too, because you are not thinking. Your defenses are down. It's a harmless TV show. That's a harmless movie. That's harmless. You're not thinking about that. You're not trying to protect yourself with that. Your ears are open, your eyes are open, and your body is open because you're not protecting anything. You don't feel the need to protect yourself. Okay. So that can get an adult and kids because kids don't know any better, even though they can question more than the adults. And the adults, they just go along with anything. And they only pick certain things that they claim is bad, but they are unaware of the things that's right in front of them. While looking over at what somebody else doing and saying, well, these people aren't quote unquote saved. Saved from who? Saved from what? Okay. But yet and still, their defenses are down and they're looking at a screen, right? With somebody that can literally cast a spell on their ass through their eyes and their ears. And they won't even know it. Anything from the marketing of using certain colors, the hypnotism of colors in the background, sound effects, binaural frequencies going on in music to have you listening to the same song over and over and you think it's the beat it in. Have you acting out the certain lyrics of the song? You can remember that these kids remember a song before the alphabets because it's also getting to them. Their little defenses are down. They have no clue. I know all about it. Okay. You never thought about that? How you can memorize a song just like that? You could play a couple times. You know the whole song. Your subconscious is open. It's no protection on it. It's harmless. It's a pretty person, attractive figure, nice clothes. They know how to have the right personality, know how to draw your ass in. You watching it through a screen. Your defenses are down. They look harmless. They always pick someone who is very influential and very charismatic. Someone who everybody likes, very popular. They know what color schemes to wear, what colors, what fashions. Next thing you know, you wearing the shit. Next thing you know, you want that bag. Next thing you know, you want that car. Next thing you know, you want that hairstyle. Next thing you know, you talking like them. Next thing you know, you doing the same thing they do. And you don't even know why. And you a grown ass adult. Next thing you know, you singing that song and all throughout the day. You don't even know why. I don't even like this song. I don't even like this song. I'm just singing it. It got your ass. Okay. I know a lot about hypnotism, mediumship. I know a lot about oracle. I know a lot about things like that and divining. I know a lot about it, a lot about it. And I know in order to do something, you do it right in front of people's face. And what's right in front of people's face all the time? A motherfucking TV. Okay. People feel uncomfortable in silences. So they have to put something in the way so they can, have some type of a icebreaker or whatever. And normally it's the TV because they have nothing to say. Deep. They put the TV there, it cut on, and they see somebody on there, and the kids already know the lyrics before they can even really get the song popular. Okay, so these things, people can control the things that they can control, but you have to be aware of the things you need to be aware of, starting with yourself. If you're aware of yourself, you're not going to fit into a lot of spaces and around a lot of places and a lot of categories and stuff because you're going to be a person of your own. You're not going to have any interest for shit that's irrelevant. You're not going to have any interest in certain topics that are irrelevant. You're not going to be blindsided and blind to things or dumb down to things that's right in your face. People looking everywhere else but what's right in their face. Literally. You don't need a pendulum swinging over your eyes. That's some television shit. A pendulum could be something that you are unaware of. You sitting in front of a TV. On one side of the TV is a lot of little words that you don't even care about. It's music playing in the background. It's colors that draw you in. Colors can change your mood. You know it's a horror movie when you see a lot of red on the screen. And it's dealing with your root chakra. It's dealing with everything below your belly button. And that deals with war. It deals with lust. It deals with perversion. It deals with fear tactics. It deals with stability or the lack of color scheme. And they put a lot of red because a lot of blood is shed in scary movies, right? It gets into your subconscious. You may have a nightmare all of a sudden. They use everything at one time. They do that shit right through the screen. You send your ass right in front of it, being unaware. It's certain things that you tune into and you are very aware of what you're tuning into. And there are certain things that people are very unaware of. Okay? And that's what they mean by powers and principalities in high and low places. Not just in the spaces that you think it'll be in. Okay? Not to say that people can't look at these things. It's just saying for people to be aware of what they entertain. Because if you're not aware of what you entertain, you could be taken over by anything. Okay? People know that. That's how people know. Even when it come down to commercials, it come down to cartoons. For the kids, they already programmed them through cartoon. Once again, kids like things that shine and glitter, things that stand out, things that flashing lights. So they know about that. They know that's what get their attention. But adults are no different. Adults are um, appealed by the eye in the ear, the eye in the ear, and what's popular, what everybody's doing. What is the social norm? They'll do it because everybody's doing it. The biggest followers are adults, not kids. Grown ass adults that reproduce and brag about that are the biggest followers because the biggest social norm is to do those things that everybody does and not think about what you're doing until it's too late. And then say, "Oh, we're somebody." The brain is up there for a reason. And when they see people that do things, they look weird because you don't understand that you could do it too. Because the people they associate with, and they ain't got nothing to do with it. It's done. Okay. Don't nobody has to swing a pendulum and get you comfortable in a nice little couch. No more. They do that shit worldwide. They can be flashing subliminals in the background because you so focused on the TV show that you're looking at and don't know why your kid is acting out, why they want to go rob a bank now, why they want to go and twerk now, why they want to go pop their ass now, why these women and these dudes think it's cute to be out here sleeping with everything in the world now. Everybody, grown ass people, they think it's cute. That's cool. That means somebody like you. That means you attractive. If you let somebody mutt you out, whether you're a woman or a man, that's supposed to be cute. That means that you cute now. Somebody think you cute, and you got to prove it. You got to go bend over. He got to be walking around with his pants down and stuff hanging out. You got to prove it. You got to prove somebody like you. Open your body now. Hurry up. What you waiting for? And the TV will let you know bluntly, but your subliminal catches it, but your eyes miss it because in front of your eyes it seems harmless. Your subliminal here is now. Go get your body up. What's wrong with you? That's what it picks up by what you watch. Your subliminal get it first, but your eyes miss it because what you see is some harmless looking person in front of you wearing regular clothes. Your subliminal is picking up on the color schemes, the binomial frequencies in the background, the energy that's going on that you can't seem to put your finger to it, but your eyes only see what your eyes see, physical. You can't fool your spirit though. You could damn sure fool the body because people are gullible. Women and men are gullible as hell. They gullible, they desperate. And ain't nothing worse than somebody desperate. You'll do anything. You will. Period. Okay? If that TV tell you to get your ass up and go get a burger, you gonna get your ass up. No, I won't. Okay. Substitute it for something else. Right? So this is why. It ain't just with the kids watching, because the kids don't watch it if the adults don't watch it. And the kids don't find it interesting unless you find it interesting. So before they tell people to be fruitful and multiply, why don't they tell people to get to know yourself? Have a strong mind. They don't want you being smart. They want you being dumb. That's why. How do people gonna get paid if you too smart to know you don't want that? How they gonna get paid? How they gonna be able to sell you something you don't want? They need to make you think you need it. You want it. You can't live without it. You need that Rolls Royce for status, so people could think you somebody, right? Do anything. Be willing to die for it. Okay? You ain't willing to die for it. Then they promote every generation, they promote something and make it the trend where it's cool. It's cool to have a sneaky link. It's cool to be out here being hoes for women and men. It's cool out here holding it up and calling it cool, opening and exposing your body to all type of shit. I don't think so. Fuck your whole soul up. It ain't cute for a man or a woman. No judgment, but be aware. Because if you're not aware, that's why they hurry up and create that be fruitful and multiply bullshit. Because they know that's the easiest thing for you to do because you're not paying attention. Okay? That's the easiest thing to do. In poverty, people create the most in poverty out of their bodies. When people use their mind, they create way more, but it take a little bit longer because it's consistency, it's resilience, and it's ignoring external factors that have nothing to do with what you're trying to get. You can create either through your ass or through your mind. If you create with your ass, you're gonna have to keep laying down with your body. If you create with your mind, it's the most powerful creation you will ever create because nobody can see what you're planning. Nobody can physically see it until it's ready, until you put it out there. And even people who doubt what you could be doing, guesstimating, estimating, hypothesizing and shit, they don't really know. Because you could look one way and be on some other shit. But they can tangibly see a body created from two people that laid down and created them because, hey, that's the norm in this world. That's acceptable. And it's easy to do. Shit, you can do that shit in 2 seconds. 2 seconds. People don't even know each other. They drooling and salivating all over each other, barely know each other's name. In 2, 3 seconds, you can create a whole person. That's it. That's all it takes. That ain't that much of a miracle. You know what I'm saying? It's not that much of a miracle. And they know that. And so when you said that about the TV and the music industry, yes, it does play a big part, but the people can shut it down because everybody can create their own music. There's a lot of some people, if you can't sing, people love music. And if you love something, if you love music, then guess what? You have the ability to create it, whether it's a beat, whether it's a frequency, whether it's a song, or whether you sing in the song. Everybody has the ability to create something that someone would like, but they don't want to with their mind. They'd rather do it with their ass because that's the easiest thing to do and the most acceptable thing. The most acceptable form of creation is through the ass, the body, because it means someone likes you. It means that you have value based upon someone wanting to lean you back. That don't mean shit to me. Oh wow. And that get people in a world of trouble. A world of trouble. Okay. What these churches don't talk about is what somebody like me would talk about. See, I've studied all type of shit from demonology, spirituality. When you hear about demonology, people get scared. They say, "Oh, that's evil." No, the fucking end. It's telling you about the world you live in, both good and bad. If all you know is good and you are unaware of the things that can catch you off guard, you have no knowledge about it. You're ignorant to it. And you are easily susceptible of what you are not knowledgeable about. What you write off as just a joke is the thing that can get your ass quick. Okay? See, I grew up with a bunch of Masons and Eastern Stars. I grew up with a lot of spiritualists. I catch on to things real quick. I could tell when people got good vibes and when they don't. Real fast. I see through shit real quick. I mind my business. But a lot of people are unaware of these things. And they think it don't exist because they're unaware. It is. Okay? And the easiest way to get to a person, the easiest way to shut a woman down or a man down, the easiest way to get control of your soul in the TV, that's a good way. That's a good tool. The quickest way to shut you down, men and women, is by being unaware and straight through your body. Straight through your body. Right there. Stop thinking it's a compliment for everybody to find you attractive. I don't want to be attractive to everybody. I don't want everybody to think I get the fuck out of my face. I don't want everybody to think I'm cute. Long as I think I'm cute. You feel me? I'm not for everybody, and everybody ain't for me. Because you better be very careful what you attract. Look at the world we live in. Somebody brought all these people in this earth that you see was created by someone. And all the secrets and things they thought they were hiding came out through the next generation, and they were embarrassed. They tried to play it off. You can't play off a damn thing. Okay? People don't understand. So a lot of people think everything is just surface. They think we just bodies and that's it. They think we only here to work 9 to 5s, get all this stupid shit that you cannot take with you. That's it. They think nobody can be that blind. Okay? People don't even ask a question. They don't question why the ground that you walk on hasn't split open. Why hasn't it liquefied? Why is this rim set up the way that it is? That doesn't matter. They don't teach you that in school. They won't. You got to seek that out yourself. You already know it inside your soul. You keep thinking you need a middleman in a church to talk to God for you. Keep being people out here can do that shit if they want to. You weren't born with a book. You weren't born with any of this shit in this world. You learned it all. If it didn't matter then, how much you think it mattered now? And it won't matter afterwards. People not gonna be buried with a fucking TV, and if so, they still not taking it. You're not gonna be buried with a Rolls Royce, a Mercedes Benz, a Cadillac. You're not gonna be buried with all. You might be had that shit on your body. You gonna lay your ass down. You not getting up. That's what you gonna do. You gonna lay your ass flat, and that go for everybody on this earth, even the cremated ones. What they gonna do? Cremate your house with you? Burn it down with you in it? Yeah, it still ain't going with your ass. That don't mean shit. It never has. It never will. But for now, in the land that we live in, that's what it takes and the things that we have to do while we're here. But there's more to it. And as long as these women and these dudes understand that the easiest way to shut your ass down for good is by your ignorance. When you open your body up and you are unaware of the power that your body is, I'm talking about your vagina and your ball, all that bullshit. I'm talking about your energy. Your body is nothing but a tool. Just like the car you drive is a tool, is a method of transportation to get you where you need to go, but so are your feet. They could take you there and you can walk there just as quick. Okay. People out here be thinking this shit is a game. It be we are magnets, man. And the magnet is the soul, and the body is the cover of the magnet. Inside your soul is what attracts and repels. And everything that you attract don't mean you have to accept it all. You can decline some shit. But you people think that when you draw something to you, that's something cute. That mean they like me. they mean they like me. I can't accept it. Like, come on, y'all. You don't. Okay. Um, what's up, Virgo Knights? Uh-oh. No. Oh boy. Virgo Knights? I mean you're a Virgo? Okay. All right, that mean Virgo. Deeply analytical, fact finding people who will tell it like it is as well. I would love to hear you speak your mind. And I know you're going to pinpoint some things. I'd like to hear your perspective, just like PL-TJ5SD. Nice to have you, Virgo Knight. Look, when I talk about these things, I can't talk the way they preachers talk. They preachers will keep people in a stuck place, in a place where they don't think. They preachers saying what they say to get money. I'm not getting paid to say this shit. I had to do mine under 5 too. You feel me? I just wrapped up mine. I just wrapped up my day. And so I'm on here speaking. So it's good to have you in here. I know how it go. I just wrapped it up and figured I'd get on here and speak after. All right, Virgo Nights. But a lot of people really don't understand what type of world this is. They don't think nothing of it. A lot of people really don't think anything of it. Ever. They that hypnotized. They think they are here to collect cars, clothes, hoes, and dough. That's it. They think that the reason that they were created in a body was to take their first breath and learn how to assimilate in this realm and not question it. That's it. That's it. And just look around and see what everybody else do it and do what they do. A lot of people think that. And it's very sad. People are really, they don't want to know anything else because it scares them. It scares them. They don't want to. These schools, when you start from preschool all the way up through high school, none of those classes have anything to do with the reason why you are really here. None of them. And they never will. You have to, when you get to college, see, I studied parapsychology because I'm a spiritual individual and criminal justice as well. I did parapsychology because of the life I've lived and the things I've experienced in this life from birth, right? I've always been a very intuitive person and I need to know, I need to ask questions, I need to connect with thinkers. I can connect on my own. If I'm going to be around anybody, I need people that's on some deep shit, that really think, not delusional. I mean deep, people that think, that ask questions. Not about what this person doing down the street, what he have, what she have, who doing who to what. That don't mean shit. I'm talking about real questions about the life you live in and why you were here. I don't care what he doing. I don't care what she's doing. I don't care who she's screwing. I don't care who he's screwing. I don't give a fuck. I'm talking about real shit. Not what's in their bank account. Good for you. I would say you ain't taking it with you. Good for you. That's what I mean. I have no envy and no jealousy over anyone in this life. I have no need to want what somebody else has. Whatever they have is what they earn, is what they deserve. That's how I look at it. There's no need for me to hate on anybody doing what they got to do as long as they're doing it the right way. And even if not, it's not my business. This is just some deep conversation right here because when people are kids are the most intelligent ones because they not plugged in yet. Animals and kids are the most intelligent. People, they are the most. People taught them out of their intellect. They taught them out of their creativity. They tell them how to assimilate with this world. That's not what you're supposed to do. That's not acceptable. That's not that we don't do that. They tell kids to be liars. Don't say that. Don't say that. The kid is like, but it's true. I don't care. That's not what you do. You lie. But tell the truth. But lie though. Is that what the fuck? What? Kids are honest as hell. They gonna tell some shit. Don't tell. What? So I'm not supposed to? No, don't tell. Well, that person has a booger on their nose. Don't tell them that. Tell them there's nothing on their face, but they do. Then the parent turn around and tell their kid to not be a liar. But you just taught them it's okay to lie in certain situations. What the? Huh? So the person has a booger on their nose, and somebody else tells them, they're gonna wonder why the last five people didn't. Why they were smiling at them? That they were being appropriate. They call it appropriate. Appropriate is just a nicer way of saying a nice lie. Don't tell the truth. Just nicen it up. Okay. The kids and the animals are the most kids, the animals and nature are the most intelligent motherfuckers on this earth. Anybody who is an adult that has stayed true to themselves, no matter what people think, are highly intelligent. The most intelligent people do not fucking watch TV at all. They read books, they read life, they read energy, they read vibes, they read patterns. You can call it neurodivergent, you can call it whatever you want. Neurotypical, neurodivergent, call it whatever. I guess I'm a bit neurodivergent because I recognize patterns real quick. Okay. I recognize when somebody lying. I recognize when somebody fake. I recognize when somebody is just going along with everybody going along with. I recognize when people can't speak their mind because they want to be liked by everybody. I recognize that shit and it irks me and it really bothers me. So people like this will find themselves keeping to themselves majority of the time because they it's the realness that they respect, not the lies covered in niceness and bullshit. I would rather deal with a person who tells the straight up truth. So what? Why do people silence those people and tell them they being mean? Would you rather that person, would people rather a person be around them that you know don't fuck with you, but they got a smile on their face and they saying the things that everybody has taught them was right? Or somebody who are straight up. And you already know what time you're on. Okay? All these people in this earth, and the many before them, and the many before them, and the many before them. It's a lot of people that have been on this earth. This earth that we walk on is full of bodies, full of them. The trees you looking at were once people because you got to think about it. This earth has been here, think of 1300, 1400, 1500, 1600, 1700, 1800. Where all them people went? Where did they all go? Where are their bodies? Them cemeteries, come on now. Look, come on now. The cemeteries you looking at, the cemeteries that you're looking at, is people all under them, and 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 under them. So you mean to tell me out of all these bodies that have passed through this realm, and the many more that may come through this motherfucker, we here to collect cars and clothes and shit? That's it? And care about who think you pretty and who handsome and in a fucking sneaky link? Does that make sense? And in the end, you get to play a harp and fly around with wings and shit? That sounds like something you tell a 2-year-old. In the end, we get to be a fly? We get to be a bumblebee? Oh no. And none of this, and for the people who are deeply in tune, whether they are women or men, we have always knew about this shit before we even really understood what this world really was. We understood that something wasn't quite right. We stayed true to ourselves. We didn't let the world teach us that this is appropriate now. Now you got to do that. And there is a check off list of things you need to do in this life according to other people who you don't fucking know. That's their standard. It doesn't mean it's your standard. To one person, a Rolls Royce is the standard. It makes them, they can't take that shit with them. Hell, the richest people living in Calabasas won't take none of that with them. None of it. None of it. Not even the money in their bank going with them. And even if they bury them, let me tell you, you're going to have some tomb raiders. If people buried these people with the dough, with the money, they'll rob their ass blind and leave nothing but their bones and take the rings off their finger and the jewelry off their neck. Now, let's go to Egyptians. Let's go to the pyramids and why they put them in a vault because they knew that. And why they sealed it up so good people couldn't get in it. Because when they dug it up, finally, guess what they found? Jewelry and tombs with them, their favorite things. And, and a body that was well preserved, but it was no soul in it. It was no soul in it. Hieroglyphics on tombs were telling you what happened of their travels and who they were, no different than a cemetery in the United States. Pauper's graves in Louisiana. On the graves in the United States, you have their name, a little bit of something about them. That's it. But pharaohs and individuals like that in Egypt, they had tombs, no different than what they call a mausoleum. When you take somebody, you either bury them in a cemetery, cremate them, or you put them in a mausoleum, or you put them behind a wall and you slide them up in there. And it's more compact, so they're above ground, not under it. That's similar to a pyramid, but it's not shaped like one. And you could put more about that person on that than you can in a cemetery. So a pyramid was like a mausoleum. Okay. And in it, it tells you about their life and the journey that they took and where they headed. And they tell you if you were to open up this tomb, in it, you will find a body. There will be no soul in it. And it will be their favorite items that they've always liked, their favorite jewelry, their favorite clothing. But there will be no soul in that body. No soul is there. They are on their journey. The eyes that travel and see are always on them tombs. There are eyes on there. Those eyes are symbolic of watching and protectors of their soul on its journey between this realm and the next. Everything tangible remains here. The purpose goes with them. So people who be on some bullshit, some he say she say, what they doing, sneaky link, who like me, who think I'm attractive, who like my body shit. They are trained by this world to think that's all they are. And it's sad. Because people are way deeper than that. They just don't know it. Nor do they care. They say they do, but they don't give a fuck. They concern and they only care about these celebrities, surface shit like a sneaky link and stuff that don't make no sense. Stuff they don't think about. And all you get in the end is your name capitalized when your name was always lowercase in this realm. They finally capitalize it in the end. Cement your ass in. They cannot take from the essence of your soul no more. This world is kept alive, not by the energy and energy plants. Everybody on this earth, literally everybody, every human body on this earth carries an energy that'll light this goddamn world up, no doubt. They know that. Animals know it. Cats know it for sure. That's what cats be looking at. And all the animals be looking at what you can't see within yourself, what you can't see around you, the energy that surrounds all people in this earth, the shit that goes on in this earth right in front of your damn eyes. Animals see it. Babies see it, but they can't tell you what it is. Babies can't talk. They can see, but they can't tell you. They can't tell you shit. They can't talk yet. That's what they be staring at. When they be looking above your head and all around you, and you're like, what? The adults be like, what are you looking at? Just as naive. And the kids be looking all around your head. They mouth be wide open. They be looking all around you. They can't say nothing. Animals will sit there, especially cats. They will sit right next to you or somewhere in the area, and they'll be looking at something. And they'll be looking all around. You looking around, you don't see nothing. You not trained. They don't train that. That's not the schooling of a soul in this world. They don't school the soul. This world schools the body and the brain. You got to school your soul. You got to school your soul. And you can't do it in these goddamn churches that sit up there begging like a beggar for physical money of dead presidents. Why are dead presidents in a church? That's sorcery. That is pulling from an energy of a dead source that was once in a human body with a soul that is no longer alive, utilizing the energy of sorcery to bring that energy in your church. You know what I'm saying? People know, I know all about this. Hmm? Not even they see. So animals and babies, especially the animals, especially the damn cats, because cats are nothing to be played with. They don't fear anything, big or small. They don't care because they know. Okay. Them cats can tell when a person is ill. They can tell when something's going on in their body. They can tell when something's going on in their soul. They can tell when something's going on in their spirit. They can tell when something's going on in the energy in the area. They know. They can't tell you. They can't talk in the language that you speak. So this world, it trains the body. It trains the brain. This world does not train the soul. This is not that you're responsible for your soul. This world, the commercials, the movies, the celebrities, the things that they train you and manipulate you that you need in this world to be relevant, that trains your brain and your body. Your soul doesn't have shit to do with that. And that's why you see people doing the same shit out here, and the same people faces, hanging with the same people, the same conversations, going to the same spaces over and over. Because this world trains your body. This world does not train your soul. You are not going to kindergarten to learn how to understand your spiritual reason for being here. You are in kindergarten to learn the alphabet, to learn how to construct a sentence, to learn how to form, words. to communicate in the world that you live in, to use your mouth to be able to communicate with the alphabets that you learn. And you go up the grade, everything you're doing in these schoolings is not to be aware of your soul or your spirit or your purpose in the spiritual realm, only in this realm. This world uses everybody's soul. You exchange your soul for a lot of the shit that you have. You want a house? Your soul got something to do with it. I'm telling you right now. You want a car? Your soul, your energy got something to do with it. It's time to vote? Your energy, they got to feed off your emotions. This world cannot survive without people, not because they value you. They need your energy and your soul, but they need your brain docile and fixated on material things to make you unaware of your soul, your goal, and the thing to keep this world going. So yeah, open up your body, get a sneaky link, go run around with different people. It's easier to control your soul real quick. You'll be the last one to know. Drain your body into ain't a damn thing left of you but your shell. Selling your soul for cheap. Okay, this world know. This world know. This world know all about it. People, the highest in this earth, up in the ranks, know all about it. But the regular, everyday people out here, they don't. Except for the ones who do, and the ones who do, you barely see them because they know. They're very mindful. They're very selective about who they associate with. Not, they don't care how much money you got, what you look like. They're very aware of energy. When you start feeling a certain way, you start getting irritated and moody. I don't care if you're a woman or a man, kids too. They don't mean it because they're a kid. That's a soul in a smaller body than yours. They will grow just like you did. They got a soul. People keep treating them like they stupid. Were you stupid when you were their age? No, you weren't stupid. You were more intelligent than these adults out here. Obviously, you asked questions. When did you stop asking questions? When the world told you to shut up and you did. And you just start going along. This is how women should act. This is how dudes should act. This is what I should want. This is what I should need. This is what makes me a standard now. You just start going along. You start wanting shit just because they told you should need it. You start collecting stuff like a hoarder just because people told you that that's what make you this and that. This world will never teach your soul. And church ain't enough. You got to go seek it yourself. And some of us been seeking it since we were born. Like myself, I didn't wait to become a teenager. I've been doing this shit since I was a kid. Looking around at this world, staring at the moon, noticing how big the moon is compared to this world, freaking freaked out by it. I was doing that shit at 3, 4, and 5, looking at the huge, they're big at the moons used to be huge. You feel me? Noticing the subtle shifts in the energy and in the earth, the difference in the weather, being in tune. We don't need a weather broadcaster. We could pick up on shit like, why is it still hot? Why is it barely cold? The winters used to be winter. Now this shit ain't nothing. Why you don't see that many animals anymore? You see none but bunch of goddamn people and they brain dead motherfuckers. All they want to do is show you they fucking body. I don't want to see that shit. The fuck is that? All they want to do is take their weird ass clothes off. Put your clothes on. God damn. Yeah, damn. You don't even know people. They be trying to take their clothes off. You don't put your goddamn clothes on. Is that all you know how to do? Put your clothes on. Let's see what you look like with your clothes on. God, I don't even think they know. Put your clothes on. Shit. Why are you peeling your clothes off? You doing it for nothing? You finna embarrass yourself. Seriously. Okay. So it's just like they did that on this world right here. And people, I feel so sad for the people. They don't really want to. People talk this shit all day about they going to heaven and all. They don't really believe it. You could tell it. Heaven is deeper than what they talking about, man. Stop it. We're in this realm, and we know how in this realm, the way that you get here, It's through bodies. It's through people who could be unaware of their power in their body. So they use it and give it away so freely to everything that look at them. They just so impressed that somebody think they're attractive. I don't give a fuck. Okay? Women and men, they get so excited. He's pretty. You think I'm pretty? This world know more about these people than the people do. A whole setup. You have to seek it yourself. You do. Okay? You have to. It's not really genuine until you have the knowing. You have the desire to know what this is. And when we are all born, every human on this earth, everybody on this earth, before they get into all this dumb shit, the irrelevant dumb shit, politics, all that stupid ass shit, every human on this earth, every girl, every boy, every ethnicity, when they were kids, they looked around at this place and they had questions and they talked to other kids about it. And the world teaches you now that you're in this world, this is what you do, this is what you're here for, this is what you, huh? That's right, that's wrong. This how you talk. You don't talk like, don't sit like this, don't look like this, don't. God damn. What do we do? And the minute you start questioning the real reason that you're in this world, oh no, 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 that's just it. It's that's it. This is it. You're not supposed to be on that. You're supposed to be consumed with being fruitful and multiplying. You're supposed to be on your bag. These dudes will be supposed to be somewhere with their pants down to their ankles. You're supposed to be so consumed and distracted by simple minded shit that you don't even question what else? What other reason do I have this flesh surrounding the energy within me that is way more powerful than this motherfucking body ever will be? And you want me to be impressed by some dude to think I'm cute? That ain't shit. Man, what the fuck? That's it? Wash, rinse, repeat. Everybody's supposed to do the same thing. You know, that's supposed to be something. That ain't it. That's why you see all these people running around with everybody like they ain't never seen a person before. That's why you see all these men, these women running through all these goddamn people the way they run through them. That's why they do that. And they don't even probably don't know why they do that. They think it's cool. And this world condones the behavior. The world say you just being human. But they train the human to be that way. They train the mind. They don't train the soul. Remember, TV is not for the soul. It's for the mind. These physical things in the earth is never for the soul, it's for the mind. It's for the mind and the body. Because your soul don't give a fuck about none of it. Your soul don't give a damn about a Rolls Royce. Your soul don't give a damn about a Mercedes Benz. Your soul don't give a damn about these name brand shits. Your body does. Your mind does. Your body wears it. Your brain could be easily manipulated to want that everybody else has. Your soul has no need for none of this shit. Your soul doesn't have a body. You temporarily have it for now. And people throw it to the trash. They throw it to the wolves. They treat their body like shit. And then they allow somebody else to do it. I don't think so. Okay? I know I got a powerful, powerful, powerful spirit. I know that. I don't guess. I don't think. I don't assume. I know it. And I always have. So I'm a blunt person for that reason because when I'm speaking, I'm not speaking from guess. I'm not speaking for do you like me? I don't give a fuck. My soul speaks through my mouth. What you call a voice is my soul. My mouth is a tool. My throat is a vessel. My soul is doing the talking. And the instrument is the body, like a puppet master to the puppet. Your soul is the puppet master, and your body is the puppet. And if you let this world take the place of your soul, then your soul takes a back seat to these motherfuckers out here. And the world becomes your puppet master, and your body is a slave to this shit. And your soul is starving. And you think you're gonna fix it by going to these whack ass churches with these pimping ass preachers to take your little bit of dead president sorcery money from dead souls on the faces of the money that you worship. They ain't got a damn thing to do with you. Okay? And that's what's wrong. That's why people are like that. That's why you see so many people that act and look and dress and think the goddamn same way out here. It's like the same person in a different body. It's weird. The fuck is that? It was just 100 people that's just like you, right? Because they soul have taken a back seat. That ain't that's lame. That's lame. You know, you supposed to give a fuck of what's lame. I ain't never cared about what's lame and what's pop. I don't give a fuck what's pop. I never cared. So what? You do it then, right? I never cared. I never rode with a team, a group of people on some bullshit, and I never will. Okay, so your soul is sitting back there like, damn, everybody get first dibs over me. Damn, damn. Politicians, politics, everything gets front seat, and you ignore me, and I'm you. Your soul is you. And you don't give a fuck. You caring about the standards of this world and what make you whatever to this world. And your soul had to take a back seat to please your family, your culture, your ethnicity, this world. And you sit the fuck up there and you bragging about it. You think that's cute. I did. This shit is annoying. So you a puppet, and this world is your puppet master. There are strings on you, and you refuse to cut them. And you're gonna get the same thing they got. You're gonna get the same thing she got, same thing he got, same thing they got. Cause you're the same. Cause you think like they think, you want what they want, you do what they do, you content with what they content with. You competing with other people for shit you don't even want. Just to say you got the shit. That lame shit. It's shit. You could take a match and burn that shit. That's how much it's worth. Nothing. It'll depreciate through time. There will be a newer version of it. So how can it mean that much? What meant the most 20 years ago don't mean shit now. It's a newer version of it. It depreciated. It's thing. Your soul doesn't depreciate. The body does. The soul does not. That's why they gotta latch onto that body in this realm. It's about keeping you brainwashed and letting your soul wither away and giving it and sharing yourself with the whole world to brag to people about who finds you attractive. Like that means something. It doesn't mean shit. That is no way to flirt with me. Don't flirt with me. That's how you flirt with me. Don't flirt with me. Shut up. I take that as an insult, a disgrace, dishonor. I don't care. You got a body, I got a body, he got a body, she got a body, everybody got a body. And that don't mean nothing to nobody, because it don't mean shit to me. I see a lot of puppets in this world. Good looking puppets, attractive puppets, pretty puppets, handsome puppets, but they puppets. And I can look up and see the strings that run them. And I said, oh no, I'm back up out that place. No, thank you. I could trace the strings that they don't even see. It's invisible to them, but to me I could trace it to what they're attached to. I back up. Oh, they got strings on them. Their soul is over there starving, but they got strings connected to everything but them. She want to be her, he want to be him, they want to be them, and you run from yourself. Yet you think that that means something to please this world. It don't mean shit to me. And this is all you see out here in the world. You see the same stuff out here. And it's sad to see it. And I don't even want to. I just do my thing. I see it when I see it. I do it when I do it. I get to it when I get to it. I still take care of myself. But I see the same shit out here. A lot of puppets that enjoy being puppets. A lot of people bragging about what people that they knew when they were growing up told them who they are, and they run with that, and they don't want to discover nothing else about themselves, and they stick with that narrative their whole life. They live for their mother, live for their father, live for their sister, their brother, their culture, their community. They live for all these fucking people. Their soul is taking a back seat to their life. They puppets. And you think it's cute when they find you attractive. Shit. So yes, this world runs the soul, it runs the body. It keeps you distracted from your soul. It keeps you very far from your soul. So far you don't even think you have one. You might talk that shit if you go to church because that's what people do, go to the You don't believe that. Your soul is taking the back seat your whole life. You more concerned with what this world think, and it shows. These people have become puppets. What makes a human is different than what makes a car, that what makes a toaster, a computer. What makes a human is your ability to not only think and rationalize, but your ability to sense. You are disconnected from the other half of you. Only the tangible physical things will they allow you. Everything that is not tangible, everything that you can sense innately, intuitively, they tell you that's crazy. No, what's crazy is doing the same dumb shit generation after generation and then reproducing and making more humans and training them the same way to be another puppet in this bitch. To brag about being attractive to somebody. What is that doing for you? That ain't shit. Man, I hurt somebody's feelings talking like that. I look at somebody like that, like death itself. I swear to God. And they'll probably think I'm mean mugging. No, I'm looking at you like that because you sound hella dumb. And their soul over there, your soul is you. You think your body is you. Your body is the shell of you. Your soul is the thing you barely give a fuck about. You don't brag about it. Men and women don't. You think you your fucking body. You think you are your toes and your thumb, your hair. You know you're not your hair because you can cut that to grow back. You think you are the thing that people can see, but you are everything that they can't see. That's why they can't see it, except for those who see it right off the bat. That can be a mistake. See, I'm a person, I can see that shit on people right off the bat. I peel the layers of their body. I peel that shit back real quick. And I'm looking right into their soul. Ain't nothing they can do about it. Nothing. Nothing. You can't lie to me. You can't fool me. You can't manipulate me. You can't persuade me. I see straight through your ass. And that could be good and bad. I see what the animals see. I see what the birds see, the animals, and they see straight through you. I see it too. Ain't no fooling me. I don't let my soul take a back seat. My soul is very much in sync with me. It's synced in. Ain't no differentiating. There is no separate. I don't put my soul to the back burner for nobody. You gonna be introduced to my soul first. You don't give a fuck what you think about what you looking at. Good for you. Oh, you gonna meet my soul as soon as you meet me. I'm gonna make sure you feel it. And that go for anybody. If you don't like that, I don't like you. Good for you. I don't like yours either. We ain't gonna skip to the body. We ain't do that. I don't never do that. Skip to the body for what? I don't want to meet your body. I done already seen your soul. You ain't gonna be no meeting the body. Sit down. Okay? Anybody in this earth that I've ever come across have met my soul. Even in just my soul. I didn't say my body. I said my soul. And whatever vibe you get is exactly the right vibe it is. If you don't like the vibe, it's because I don't like you. And I'm glad you don't like me because the soul that you picked up was one that was picking you, just feeling you, just feeling you. It gave you the vibe to probably back up. It's probably right. Or it gave you the vibe to draw you in because I felt it from you too. What you looking at ain't what you looking at. What you looking at is a body loaned to me by my parents, half mother, half father. So what you looking at ain't what you looking at. You looking at something called genes, genetics. But if you see me, then you really see me because I see you too. I see you. Anybody I come across, no, I see you. Your body don't mean shit to me. I see you. Okay? And maybe people miss that. People may miss that, but I really mean that. I sure do. I see your soul. You know, you can't no act. You can play with anybody out here. You can fool them. You can put on a show and put on certain clothes, and all of a sudden you this and that. But that ain't you. What you? That's just like saying that you have a. There are gas stations are very important because the car itself will not run without the gas. The gas station is symbolic of your soul. Your soul is like the gasoline. You think that car, it can have a pedal, it can have gas, it can have a brake, it can have an engine, all that fancy shit. But it depends on what your car runs off of. Even the solar panel cars, they run off energy. The energy is symbolic of your soul. You, at the seat of who you are, is you. The shit you can't be your body because your body come from your parents and everybody before you. That ain't you. That's the way you appear to the world. When people look at you and they get it, okay, that's a description. That ain't the true description of you until they know you. That ain't shit. See, you could look at a person in a suit and tie like Ted Bundy and say that person looked like a well-to-do person, but you didn't know Ted Bundy because you didn't know his soul. That is Ted Bundy. A person's genes, genetic makeup, physical appearance is not them. It is a part of them. It is a part that you see immediately when you look in with your eyes, but you will never know a person until you meet their soul, ever. And this how people get fucked up out of here, men and women alike, because you don't know that person's soul. You ignore it. You got intuition. Everybody does. You ignore it because of what your eyes is looking at. And because you put your soul on the back seat, you think they put theirs on. They may make sure you meet their soul. I make sure people meet my soul first. Period. My appearance can fool you. Oh, here's a person dressed. Oh, this person just dressed regular. Okay, whatever. I don't care what you think about that. You will meet my soul. So don't make plans for shit else. Okay? Don't even make plans. I'm not separate from my soul. And I speak on terms of soul and spirit. I've always talked that way from as young as I can remember. From as young as 3, 4, and 5, I've always been a very deep person. I hate surface motherfuckers because you may be surface, but I can see past your shit. And you may be decked down to the nines and Gucci and all type of shit. That's cute or what? That good for you. That I'm looking straight past it. I'm looking past your name brand clothes, the fact that you just went to the barber, you just got your hair done, your nail good, all that shit. I'm looking straight past it, to the core of you. And I can tell if your soul is sitting in the back seat with duct tape on his mouth, and you put your physical self there, and you then deserted your soul. That's not good. Mm-mm, that ain't good. Cause don't ever let the world be your puppet master. Never be the slave to this world and everything in it. Never make your body bow down like a bitch to the world that you live in. To live on the terms of this earth and let people address you as the physical parts of you loaned by people before you. Every man and every woman on this earth is part of their mother and part of their father physically. Your soul has nothing to do with them. It doesn't. Your body does. Your soul has nothing to do with them. Your soul has everything to do with you. You. Your name came from them. Your soul has another one. And some people may answer to their soul's name in this lifetime and know that the name they were given in their name. I knew too. Okay. So these are the people that walk with their soul intact, and never leave it behind for nobody. I will never desert my soul or my spirit for anyone on this goddamn. I will desert them before my soul, ever before my soul. Nothing comes before it. No one comes before it. And that's why I respect animals, because animals are in tune with their soul. Animals are not separate from their soul. That's why they're so intuitive. That's why I respect all animals and all nature. Every last one of them. There isn't one animal on this planet that I don't respect. I respect every single animal that breathes because I know they're in tune with their soul. That's all they know how to be. They didn't come up in the same schooling as humans. So this world was not meant to teach the animal mind. They're trying to do it now, but the animals are freer than the people and nature. People have their minds trained by the world and their soul deserted, and you were taught to abandon your soul and put people in the place of your soul, what they think, what they like for you, what they want you. Fuck all that. I don't care about that. You do it then. Why are you so adamant about me doing something that's for you? We don't have the same likes and dislikes and same tastes and desires and paths and destinies. Why are you so intense on me doing something so bad? That's what you want. That ain't what I want. That's what you do. That's what this life carved out for you. That's why nobody should be jealous of anybody on this earth, because that's for them. You find what's for you. When you mind your business, you'll find what's for you. And trust me, your body ain't gonna get it for you. Your body will get you only as far as it can in this room. But the use of your body need to be used for things that could benefit you. A moment of bitch ass lust ain't it. That ain't gonna cut it. And that could put people in bad situations to make very messed up decisions when they're not in tune with their soul. Women should know that. Men should know that. Before you go around talking about who attractive and cute or whatever, don't ever they a person's mouth, even mine, a person's mouth, it's their soul talking the whole time. That's them, the soul. And some people are good at manipulation because they have learned to throw their soul in the trash and take on the identity of this world and mimic what the world talks like and what's so cool and all that. So that you realize real quick what you're dealing with. These people who think they smooth and all that, these are people of the world. These are people of the world. They have become the world. They are a bitch, a puppet to this world, and the world is their puppet master, they master, and always will be. You have nothing in common but the air that you breathe, the sun and moon that you need, and the water that you drink to keep you alive. You shouldn't be leaning back for none of that. Or some people get together and they create. See, people be bragging about what they create with their bodies and have no idea what they lay down with. They don't know. You think you know based upon what you're looking at. Their physical body, you think you know. That person abandoned their soul long ago. You are dealing with a corpse at that point. You're dealing with a corpse controlled by the world that would do whatever the world tells them to do, whatever the world likes, whatever's popping, whatever's popular. They are deader than the person in a graveyard. Don't ever get caught up with nobody like that. They are a dangerous motherfucker. A person who lost their soul a long time ago, they are more dead than anybody in the graveyard that's been dead for 100 years. But they alive with a pulse like you, but they have no soul. They don't care about their soul. They care about what this world thinks. That is something you better watch your ass out for. And these women and men running around and they sleeping with this because of what it looked like. Oh, bitch, you gonna back up. That ain't gonna cut it. We ain't talking about none of that. Don't pick your brain. Uh-huh. Don't regurgitate none you learned in school either. Don't give a damn about that. What have you learned in this world? What did you intuitively know from the day you were born and have carried it with you throughout all this time, and the world cannot take that from you? Who are you? I don't give a fuck about your clothes, your car, that's stupid. I said you. Stop pointing to this dumb shit. You keep pointing on that. Not you. People are quick to point to material things to describe who they are because they don't know who they are. And they want you to be content with that. That's why they get more and more of it, to feel like somebody. And it's very sad. And then they go on and reproduce. These same ones who feel like all these things they point to make them somebody based upon the things that they have and don't know they so. And this goes for women and men. Now, how are you going to be fruitful and multiply when you multiplying the version of you that don't know who you are? And you putting that on your kids. Now you done set them up for failure. They may look the part for the world. The world will be happy with their appearance. Oh, yeah. But they will be born with a disconnected soul, just like you. And there's no more pain in that. So, no, you won't see me many places. Never have, never will. Shit, I've been like this. No, you won't see me in everybody's face. I can read you well. I could tell when you get bad vibes. I could tell when you want some bitch shit. I could tell when you fake. And you will not get near me. Because when I read your vibe, it's like Morse code. It's like Morse code. I'm scanning your ass like a cat scan. What my eyes like a cat does. Pick up on your body heat, your temperature, your energy real quick before you know. And I already know what you're on. It don't have nothing to do with what you're wearing. Nothing to do with what you have or what you don't have. Everything about who you are. And I could tell the people this the same. It ain't an act. You avoid a lot of things in this life that don't mean you well when you have that ability. And you get yourself into a hell of a lot of trouble when you abandon your soul. That will never be attractive. Brag about your cars, brag about your money, brag about that. Congratulate. But who are you though? People out here don't really ask people this shit. Women don't, and men don't either. you know? So people out here putting on shows, they acting, they just keeping the act going. And these people do this shit their whole life. And they don't get tired of that? You don't you not tired of that? You don't want to be free? You don't want to be around individuals you could be free around? You want to always be an actor? You want to immediately run to somebody's room and take your clothes off because you don't have no other value to yourself other than what you could do with your body. Oh no. So what type of generation are you going to create with that mentality? I sort of feel sorry for them because they don't know the ones that's creating them. And they don't know this world that was created long before they ever existed and their role in it. You got to pick a side and you got to stick with it. Either you're going to be a follower for the world and give a fuck about what people think, or you won't be nowhere a part of it. I'm in this world, I'm not of it. And I mean that shit. And I don't care who got something to say. I'm not a follower. I don't follow trends. I don't run in packs. I don't run in groups. I don't do the gossip. I don't do the fake stuff. I don't care about your surface. I can see through that. I create with my mind. I'll never create with my ass. I create with my mind and I take pride in it. I'm proud of that. I wish more people were proud of that. I really do. I wish more humans, I wish more people were proud of the things they create with their mind. That takes more time than the quick fix of what they create with their bodies that could be done in a second. And you got to understand what you create with your body isn't you. It may look like you, they're not you. You can't control them. You can barely control your own soul. Your soul has been left in 20, 30 years ago. You got to go back and find your soul. It's people in this world right now. They got to go back and figure out where they left their soul at, who they gave it to. When did you separate from your soul? You going through the motions of being a person, but you have detached from your soul a long time ago. And you don't even know where it went. This world blow you all over the place. You're unaware of everything. You find yourself getting into a lot of situations. You go through the same situations over and over, and you do it again. Oh yeah, you lost your soul. You better find it, and you can't find it running through all them people that you're doing, all them women you laying with, all them dudes you laying up with, playing it off, talking about you being fruitful and multiplying because you're embarrassed. You better find your soul, and you better hurry up while you got breath in your body before your time is up. Because when your breath is pulled from your body, you gon' meet your soul. And you shouldn't have to meet your soul because it should be with you. You gonna answer to your soul. And it's gonna want to know why did you forget me? Why'd you leave me 15 years ago? You traded me for someone. I was supposed to be with you, not apart from you. That's why you got yourself in a lot of trouble in this world. Intuition comes from your soul, not your mind. And you let me go long ago. And you paid the price dearly because of it. And you tried to find yourself in other people, in other places, in all them faces. Still couldn't find me because you left them a long time ago. And that's what you see out here in this world with all these women and these men running through all these people and all this stuff. They're looking for something. They're looking for their own soul. You were never supposed to separate from it. You would spend the rest of your life looking for something you were born with because you let the world pimp your ass in exchange for your soul. And you sold it for cheap because you didn't even know you had it.
And now you walking around bragging about your body like that means something. Your body will go to the dirt like they all will. Your prized possession is your soul. And you let this world fool you. Walking around with your little green dollars with dead presidents on it like nobody's seen that before. You think you're doing something. Yeah. Well, I'm not religious and I never will be, but when they say many are called and few are chosen, I hope people understand what that means. It means that all the people that's in this world right now have been in this world before we were here, and the ones that are yet to be here. There's a lot of beings and souls that have passed through this earth, and many of them were called, but few of them answered. The ones who answered as soon as they were born, and they were hated from the day they were born. And even though they were hated because they were different from the day they were born, they understood innately, intuitively, that it's the best way to be. Even if it comes with hate from people you don't know, fine. That's why you're still alive. And that's why some of them are dead with their soul detached, which is even sadder. They'll go to the dirt as a body, and that is a soul. You can never be forgotten when you're in tune with your soul. Who cares about how many minds you're in the minds of people? Who cares about who remembers you now? I don't give a fuck. Who remember me? Bitch. The soul can never be forgotten because the soul is a soul, and the soul don't forget shit. But when you go to this earth a body and your soul doesn't get set free because you weren't walking in tune with your soul, it's so sad. Why would you want to reproduce with a person who don't even know they have a soul? Your offspring will be trying to find their souls in the form of people, places, spaces, and things, just like you. And you got some explaining to do. Start explaining, okay? Gatekeepers. Many are called and few are chosen. That means that all these people in this world, they think it's boring and lame to answer the call. You'll be set apart, not because you think you better. You don't understand what it's like to be a person who answered the call at a young age and stay that way in a world where everybody's doing this and that, and you have no interest in the shit. You. People look at you sideways. I don't give a fuck. Why you not doing what everybody doing? I'm not everybody, bitch. You are. You not talking to everybody. You want to talk to everybody? You talk to everybody. What you talking to me for? I'm not everybody. It's a narrow road. And on the narrow road, you don't find many people because in too many, they answer the call. I don't care how many people were on this earth. I'm going to tell you right now, there are not many people that answer the call. Some claim that shit for show. It's for show. It come with a lot of hate. It come with a lot of it. If you ain't ready for that, you lying then. Because it comes with the territory. And you got to be willing to stick with this shit. No matter how different you look, how different you are, and that you are not a follower. And you got to let people, I am not a follower. Hold on. Let's get this together. No matter what you do, what you say, who you tell. Who you going to tell? I'm going to tell them too. We going to tell. We are going to tell. Us. That's what we can do. Okay? And it's a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people. I don't think people really understand how many people have been in this world. You looking at the people here, they're talking about the population number in the world. That ain't shit. Just because you don't see those people is because their bodies are no longer 6 feet above. Don't mean they never existed. It just means they don't exist in your time. But they have been here just like you. And one day you will be where they are in a realm that you can't see, except for when you close your eyes. They're there in your dreams. And that's a realm that you do not get to in your body. They're there. And you'll be there too one day. But for now, here, your objective and goal is to keep your soul and never let this world separate you from it, no matter what the fuck go on, no matter who got something to say. Flex on that. People flex on their stuff. No, I flex with that because I mean it. Nobody takes first dibs over my soul. And I hope they say the same for theirs because I respect it dearly. Because that means they're serious about their soul. And I respect it. And when you respect someone, you give them time to grow. You give them time to themselves. You don't give them shit. That's their birthright. Oh, don't nobody get you. What the? I'll never be married. I can never be married. Man, my soul got shit to do than to be up in your face. My soul is not limited, and I can't limit it. I can't do it. I gotta be free. Some of us was born wanting to be free and don't even know why. That's why. And that's how I live my life. Nothing in this life is free, but I live it as free as I can. Not off people's backs, off my own back. No distractions. Nothing that weigh me down. Because if it does, I can't take it. I can't. And I can't deal with no one or nothing with that bullshit. Or you will see a side of me you don't want to see. Me either. We don't. Me either. So I stay out of the way because it's the smart thing to do. In a world like this, with a whole lot going on and a whole lot to get into that ain't worth getting into. So I don't. So before people go using their body all over the place and looking at people sideways because they refuse to, for what, bitch? I know what this rim is. I would never put none in this shit. Ain't no one on this earth worth it. I don't care who they are. Man, if they smart, they think the same. Hell no. The answer to that is nada. Never, nunca, never. No. Nigga, I don't think so. I know what this rim is. I know what this world is. And I know my responsibility in it and the power that I have. The body, the physical body can be distracted if you let it. The soul ain't a damn thing more powerful than the soul, boy. Don't get it fooled. The body is bodies under this earth, right underneath your feet. Because don't forget, this world is old. This world has been here for a long time. Just because you see a new building built somewhere, don't mean it ain't bodies underneath that bitch. Okay? This world go down into the ground. 1900, 1800, 1700, 1600, 1500s, 14. It's people all underneath your body, all underneath the ground you walk on. That did this thing. Probably better than you. And that go for the animals too. Don't get distracted with the distractions. Stay focused in a world like this and know what your true goals are. You got your physical goals and then you got your spiritual goals. Don't forget it. or you are sadly mistaken. And I'm very serious. I'm very intense. I'm a very intense person. Very. I know it. Very intense. Very serious about what I say, or I don't talk at all because it'll go over people's head and they'll come back with some bullshit. And I'm like, man, you on that bull, man. You think it's a joke. And I'm serious. I'm telling you the truth. You know what I mean? People have got so accustomed to being lied to when they hear the truth, it freak them out. It's almost like they want you to lie to them. How's that gonna benefit me or you? If I got to lie to you, I don't want to be around you. How about that? Rather than lie to you, I'd rather keep my distance from you. If I feel like I gotta lie to you, that means I don't need to be around you. If I gotta be fake around you, that means you're not the right company for me. And I don't think so. I'll never be two faced. It's not in my name. It's not in me to be two faced. I just don't deal with you. I'm not two faced or cutthroat. I can be very deadly when you push me too far. So I gotta go sit somewhere and mind my business. Because I said I'm intense. And I mean it. I'm intense with the words I say, with the way that I think, and the way that I live. I'm all or nothing. There is no in between with me. I don't know how to do anything in between. I really don't. So these people need to think about this. These women in our culture to have intention about what the fuck you're doing, even down to the way that you throw your body all over the place. And you can do whatever you want, but be intentional about what you're doing. Everybody shouldn't be able to be in your face. It should be an insult to you. Why are you impressed? I don't even make myself look a certain way on purpose for because I ain't trying. I don't want to be approached by everybody. I get drained, man. I get annoyed, man. And now I'm gonna have to say something you don't like, man. I don't have a filter, and I know I don't. I don't have a filter, and that's not good. That's not good. But you gonna get the truth from me, all right? Oh, you gonna get the truth. You gonna get the truth. If there's anything you gonna get the truth, all right. Mm-hmm. Preserve your energy. Know what state of mind you in. All these women and men out here need to know what state of mind they in when they call themselves reproducing. What state of mind are you really in? How many years have you taken to truly get acquainted with yourself? I mean, really, an introduction to you. People be talking, no, a lot of people don't. They think that's how in the hell do you think it's lame to introduce you to you? Ti versus TIP, Gemini type shit. How is it boring or lame or weird or odd to get acquainted with yourself, to get to know who you truly are? There's so many people who never did that, who don't even know the first thing to do. They should come. That's because they don't have their soul. Their soul will let them know that. There are people who literally go around person to person to person to person to person. Why are you doing this? You are trying to find something in them you're not gonna find in them. And who told you they're supposed to be able to do that for you? Won't do that for you. You scared of yourself. And these are the people that's out here just bringing more people into this earth and more and more. And they haven't even got to the common denominator of they self yet. They won't. They think that comes when they get old. They think when they get gray headed, all of a sudden, oh, I know now. No, 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 no. It's a collection of everything you've learned over the lifespan that you've lived. It is the light that just don't cut on when you get old all of a sudden. It's some dummies in old age, and there's some goofies in young age. It don't just show up then. If you've been a clown your whole life, you're gonna be a clown when you old. You're gonna be an old circus clown. Where in the world? Where people get this from? By the time you get old, it's a collection of your whole life. And old and young is what you make it. It's a collection of everything you've seen, heard, learned, unlearned over your whole lifespan. But it's people that get to certain points of their life that have no idea who they are. Whose fault is that? Is it his fault? Is it her fault? Is it their fault? No, it's their fault. And they're gonna have to figure out what to do. And it ain't laying down. It ain't exposed. Your body isn't the solution. The solution comes from a place you don't want to go to because you're scared. Because you think you're gonna miss out on something. Because you think it's lame. And that's where you find you in those lame ass places. That's lame to the world, but it's real as hell to you. And if you scared to go to those so-called lame places, you're gonna find yourself going in circles like so many people on this goddamn merry-go-round in this world. They dizzy as hell. And they vomiting all over the place and they get up and they do it again. And they look at you and ask you why you don't want to get dizzy. I'm not in the dizzy business. Ain't nothing cute about being dizzy. I don't want to be dizzy. Okay. So when people get to the end of their lives, they don't even know who that is. Boy, that's got to be a scary ass position to be in. Women and men need to be doing it. Can't tell them what they need to be doing, but I would highly advise for you to get to know yourself. Okay. You cooler than you know. Cool don't have shit to do with people. You would be so man, you would be blown away by the things you discover within yourself, good and bad. You got it. You are a collection of good and bad. You're not all good. You're not all bad. I'm not all good at all. Hell no. And I'm not all bad either. I am both. I am both. I'm telling anybody, and I'll let anybody know it. That's why my energy could be felt so strong when I go places because I'm in tune with it, good and bad. I don't go around doing stupid stuff. That's stupid. And I know why would I do something stupid knowing it's stupid? Dude, yeah. Know your soul. Know what you like, what you don't like. Know what you hate and what you love, what you can't stand and what you cool with. Know your good side and your bad side. Stop always telling people about your best side. First of all, it shouldn't be that. First, I don't even like that many people on my face. Shit. But if I was, first thing they probably gonna know, I'm straightforward. I'm blunt. I like my own company. I like my own space. I like my own energy. I like being able to be relaxed around me. I tell it like it is, and that's the people I really respect in this world because it's not many of them. It's not many of those people of us. The people who make you, the people who, you know what I'm saying, who don't kiss your ass, and the people who don't want theirs kissed, because it ain't. If I ain't never kissed an ass in my life, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't never kissed an ass, kiss somebody's ass now. They gotta do that. They still you reach your ass around and kiss it yourself. You better, I don't know what you're gonna do. So that ain't never gonna happen. I ain't even kissed my own family ass. And they my blood. I don't give a damn if you my blood or not. You better find somebody to kiss your ass. What the hell that mean? We family. Oh well. Oh well. We family in this room. In the next room, I don't know. Whatever. You kiss your own ass. You better break your rib cage so you can bend down quicker and put your head underneath and then wrap that shit around to your back. You looking at me for? What in the world? What's wrong with people? And this type of people get weirded out by. These are the coolest men, women, and men on this earth who know they self. I mean, really know they self. You know you are not a perfect person because there is no such thing. There will never be. Even the monks know that. Even the monks, even the nuns, even the shamans know that shit. Because perfection would mean day and night is one. There would be no need for the sun and the moon. Perfection would be all unison. There would be no need for day or night because it's all one. That's an eclipse. That would be perfection. But guess what? People get afraid of it because of how it looks. There is no such thing as perfection. Perfection is a world with none of the shit that you see in it, but it's here. Perfection is that. There is no such thing. Okay. So if nature shows you there's no such thing in perfection, you can only aspire to be, but you never will be. And that's okay. I will never be perfect. I've never been perfect. And guess what? I'm good. I got a dark side and I got a good side. And I prefer to stay on the good side, but every now and then, person got to find out. You know what I'm saying? I'll take you on a tour guide. You know, I'll be your tour guide to show you about the dark places that you don't want to go. Stay away from that. Stay away from that right there. If you're smart, let's stay on the good path on this tour guide. Because I've been on this tour for a while. This is my life, so I think I know about those spaces you may need to steer clear from. Because see, these are spaces that I'm working on. It doesn't mean they don't exist. It just means tread lightly. Okay? People won't say that. They'll tell you they're perfect. They're angels. They're angels. Knowing damn well they're lying. And people act surprised when they find out they're not. Now you know good and well. But people like to dumb down and believe and be gullible. But nobody's going to tell you they're bad in their good parts because they don't want people to know and they want to appear in a way that it doesn't exist for real in this world. Well, I'm going to let you know. And it's up for people to not believe it or not. But I told you. But the goal is to constantly work on yourself. Okay? And never abandon your soul. For these girls is being born from these women who think that their worth is their bodies. With the world telling you you are a womb. You have a womb. You are not a womb. That is a portal to bring people from a spiritual plane into a physical world. And how easy do they get here when you don't know who you are? You would be more intentional about the reason that you're pulling them from a place of perfection to a place of imperfections to figure out how to get back to perfection. Why would you pull somebody from a perfect place where the things down here don't exist? Just for them to remember how to get back. That doesn't make no motherfucking sense. I want to pull you from perfection to imperfection because I want you. I need you. What? Huh? You want to do what? Now say this again. So you're pulling a spirit with no need for a body and no need for any of these things here because all those things are at their fingertips whenever they want, just by a thought, into a place like this just because you want them. Hmm. Yeah. And then starting from square one to have a huge soul compacted into a small body that grows in time with a soul that's still bigger than it. They cannot be condensed in the body forever because the soul outgrows the body. The body can't keep up. It is trying to get back to that place of perfection that it constantly longs for as long as they live in the body. The soul remembers, the body doesn't. The body has amnesia, but the soul remembers everything. And you bring them here because you want them. Hmm. Do you know what this world is? Do you know where you're at? Or I don't know. Oh no. All I know is hell is below my feet. God. All I know is hell is down there and heaven's up there. I'm 5 years old. You know? Go dig a hole outside and tell me what you dig. You gonna see some fire coming out the ground? As soon as you dig in a hole, there's all of a sudden there's little elves run out, a gargoyle pop out the earth. Doesn't it look like dirt? If you try to crawl up, you can't because well, there's nothing tangible for you to crawl up on unless you latch into a tree. But looks like it's a sky up there. Wait, where are you? People have got to get past their what they call the physical pleasures and things. They exist and it's okay. But when you get to the point where you think that's the sole purpose of why you're here, you forget the reason. Pulling people from quote unquote heaven to hell because you want them to lose their um, connect temporarily to a place they once were and to know this ain't it, which is why babies cry when they're born. What other reason would they? Why the fuck you bring me down here, man? I was just in every place at one time and now I'm limited to one space, one body. And now you're going to teach me about religion that I need to pray to get back to where I was? What? Huh? Huh? It doesn't make sense. The ego, the body, the whole body is an ego. The brain, the soul is a powerful motherfucker. Okay. I am not going to ever be responsible for pulling somebody from a vacation, sipping on a daiquiri. I mean, they're not doing that. And say, all right, time's up. You're down here. What the fuck? A bill? Sorry, I had to do it because I wanted you. I wanted you to continue my lineage. Even though you're not going to be on this earth forever, but I just need you to temporarily continue my name because I'm in competition with these other people out here. I needed you. I wanted you. What the what? If you were in the spirit realm right now and it was somebody on this plane, you could take a peek at this stuff down here and you seen all this dumb shit. And you seen somebody about to make a goofy choice and you knew what they were doing. Would you A say, okay, who cares? The Garden of Eden sucks. I want to go down there to hell. I mean, oops. Whoops. Right? Because they want me. And I give all this beautiful stuff up because they want me. People, the human man, the human. This is the mindset of the human because they don't really understand because they haven't really physically seen it yet. They don't remember. It's all wiped away. When you pass through those portals, when you are birthed into this earth, it seems like it's washed away. Your spirit come with you. Your spirit ain't happy. Your spirit like, fuck, look at this. I can't believe this. Look at this. Now what we gonna do? We can't walk, we can't talk, we just laying here drooling ourselves, looking cockeyed. Oh God. God. Oh, poor kids. I feel so sorry for them. I can imagine that's what they were thinking. Because I know that's what I was probably thinking. I feel I was thinking it. What the what in the is this? What the I beat you because I love you. Oh hell no. You brought me down here because you wanted me, but you beat me because you love me. Spoil the rod, spoil the child. So, but about the Bible tells me, and I had to read it with my eyes because I'm dumb. I had to read this book. I wasn't born. I had to be taught how to read to learn how to read this book. To tell me I need to beat your ass because I love you. I'm doing it because I love you. To keep you on the right path that you were already on before I brought you down here into this physical body. But anyway, I got to put you on the right path by being you, and because I love you. And I got to teach you the very thing that you came from so that you can figure out how to get back there. But first, yeah, this world is weird. People, I don't get it. But people don't think that deeply. And some of us innately, intuitively already know that's how it is. Okay. Why, if we know what this realm is, for those of us who always looked up at the sky at young ages as kids and wondered what was there, we barely looked here. We were just looking up all the time. I was one of them. Still do it. Fascinated with the skies. Okay. Because we know where we come from. And we ain't talking about up means heaven and down means hell. I'm talking about just it's symbolic of freedom. Symbolism, you know. Why would we put people into this? Especially those of us that really get first. I feel like the more intense it is in this earth, depending on what culture you come from, it is a eye opener for a reason. So that you will not become earthbound and think that this is all there is. To spare future people from experience. A lot of people don't get it. You don't have to do that. You choose to do that. And you know what comes with it. You know what they're going to go through. Maybe different than you, but you know what the end result is. Infinite or finite? Finite or infinite? What is more powerful to you? Limited or unlimited? Unlimited. Infinite or finite? Infinite. Dynamic or static? It's dynamic. So why are people choosing static, finite, and limited and calling that love? And you already know. If you build it, look, if you keep on trying, you'll get there. It's like I could never see myself forming my mouth to say these things and actually use my body as a portal to get people here to tell them the same cliche shit that everybody says, knowing that I'm the one who did that. And now I got to come up with slogans to justify what I did, knowing what this world is, just to complain about it and say it's difficult. It's not as easy as you think. When you come on, man. Now get over here. I beat you because I love you. The Bible says I gotta whoop your ass because I love you, and if I don't do this, I don't love you. Well, what's the difference between a pimp slapping their hoes? What's the difference between? It's no different. Who came up with this shit? Huh? And now I'm gonna set you up for failure. I love you. I love you. I'm setting you up for failure. While I'm on this tip, I want to send a special light to Chai Be Knowing. Ever since someone told me about her last week or a week and a half ago, she been heavy on my mind. This woman, Soul has went back to the spirit indefinitely. December 31st of 2025, she was a spiritualist. She's been on my mind because I know today she was buried. They had her funeral today. I never knew her. I never watched her channel. I'm not going to cap. But someone told me about her and I intuitively just felt her spirit. Thing is, she was sort of sick of this room, but she didn't know that's what would happen. That was just weird. You know what I mean? And I just was like, damn. Never met this woman a day in my life. But seeing her and just picking up her vibe touched my soul. Damn. Beautiful woman too. Chai Be Knowing is was the name she went by. She was a YouTuber. And the thing is, the number of subscribers she had was 9,101. 911. I was thinking, I don't know why. And she was a Virgo. And a beautiful Virgo at that. She was absolutely gorgeous. She was beautiful. Naturally. Gave me more insight on Virgos. And I had already read her vibe way before she said it. Just looking at her. I only looked at like maybe 1.5 videos of hers, and I can already tell from her vibe. You know, I know Virgos are givers, but they can be critical. Critical as hell. From what I know, I don't know from like, personally, but just a little bit. But I wish her well on her journey. Damn, I got some tea light. My tea light. Oh yeah, I'm finna go light me. I'm finna get off of here and go light me a tea light. Cause if she passed December 31st, her soul is still in transit. Her soul is still in transit. So the 31st would be a month, and her soul is going to be transiting for 90 days, like 3 months of just getting accustomed and acquainted with being in that realm, and definitely, not just going back and forth between dream and the physical realm, spiritual realm, physical realm. We got two halves. There's people keep trying to blend everything. The spiritual realm, physical realm. So we all go back and forth. But she is there, period now. And she has to get accustomed to not coming back to this realm. So even in, Buddhism, Hinduism, a lot of people understand, and I intuitively know when these things happen and you feel the need to burn a candle, tea light candle for someone that's in transition, even if you never met them, but you feel something when it comes to them for some strange reason, you burn a candle to help light their way home and celebrate them. Never met her physically in my life, never knew her at all, but I feel in tune with her for some strange reason. You're supposed to throw parties for people, parties like it's not supposed to be doom and gloom. It's supposed to be celebrations. Dang, I don't know. I just thought about her today, yesterday, the day before. I don't know why she was heavy on my mind. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Not sad about her being in the new room, but it's just I hope that she experienced everything she needed to experience and learned everything she needed to learn. Genuinely. Because, boy, yeah, I need to go and get me some more spiritual things to my room. Just some cleanses and things like that. Because I know I need to be even more deeper into this because it's a natural thing for me. It's always been natural for me. I've been doing this since I was literally a kid without even realize what I was doing. And it comes natural for me. And I'm very protective of my energy. and of others. I always tell people to protect theirs. But anyway, I may keep this up. I may not. I don't know. I be getting caught up and get into subjects and hope that people are deep like that. But it's not that many people is deep like that at all. They say they are, but they're not. But yeah, I'm gonna find my tea lights and I'm gonna go and light that. Damn. And until the next time, like I said, think, be intentional. In this realm, you know what this is. Don't be so quick to create with your body. Create with your mind. Don't let the world um circle jerk you into believing that's the only way that you can bring things into existence, because that's a physical way of doing that. And there's another physical way, which you create with your mind and then bring that into the reality by whatever you put into it to make it happen. Okay. Until next time.